All right, they can hear us now. They should be able to. There's a little Q&A on screen now too, so hopefully we don't get the standard questions as much.
How much do you like? Never mind.
Also in the description too, so. You think there'll be a view hike this time around?
That's a good question. I think since we're starting at like 7.
I mean, that and like the subscriber boost. Like, do you think those people will trickle through as well? Like, I got 30,000 subscribers from that like pop music video, believe it or not.
Hey, really? 30K?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking shit. Actually, it's like your 4th, 5th most popular video now.
Yeah, people loved it. It's kind of crazy.
People love that editing style.
I think it's also like the fact that, and I was talking about this in the Discord, like people like data. Like hard data makes things really interesting, I think.
Bro, I'm a slut for data myself, so.
Okay. All right. Now that there's a little bit of an audience here, hello everyone. This is More Than Amazing. Little streaming series I've been doing online. All the other questions that you might have answers in the description. We have some topics, but we're probably only gonna pick those pretty loosely, as usual. I have my friends Pretzel, who is a patron, and my friend Big Joe, who is a friend that I have known for a long time from my area.
Hello. Hi.
So yeah, that's what we're doing
Gang, gang.
right now. So, that being said, what do we want to start with?
Uh,
I mean, we don't even have to pick from these topics. These are just some stuff that I thought was relevant, you know, for the past.
Bro, can we start with the gamer girl juice?
Yeah,
Can we
sure.
start with the fucking gamer girl bathwater?
Yeah.
Hey. I love that, dude.
No, it's pretty disgusting, I think.
It's the worst.
Can we buy some Mr. Amazing creative sweat? Like
No.
when you sweat when
No,
you're
that's-
creative.
That's not only never going to be a thing. If it ever is a thing, it will be counterfeit and sold on Alibaba.
What is interesting is this never like would have been a thing from some like super celebrity, but this is just from someone like who don't even really know.
Well, it's definitely in brand with everything else she's doing on Instagram.
It's so on brand, yeah.
And that's the thing. I could see some other, for lack of a better word, actress of poor taste and ill repute doing something similar. Absolutely.
Yeah, I could
I
see
cut
that.
out.
Because, I mean, that's what unfortunately that kind of person wants.
I don't know, man. If I could sell my fucking bathwater for $25 a pop, I'd probably do it. Like, fuck.
I
mean,
would. I don't care.
I wouldn't.
You would. I would. You guys are not entrepreneurs.
I don't care. Yeah, no, I don't. There are some things I value more than money.
I would
I'm
try
out
to
your
sell other
husband,
things
dude.
first. Like, if I was that strapped for cash, I would do it, but it's not my first choice.
Oh, man, even if
I would do it. I don't even need money. I don't even need money, and I'd do it.
But see, how would you even get to a point as a
Wouldn't do it.
guy where people would want to buy that? Because I don't think there's a female market for that kind of thing.
No, there really isn't. Well, I guess you target gay men.
well, what about like the K-pop? I'm sure they'd buy that.
Oh, that's true. I need to be
Ugh.
Korean. Yeah, I need to
God.
be a K-pop artist. That's a good point.
Did you see what people were posting on Twitter about the Cameron Boyce death and like how K-pop stans were already hopping on that?
No, I don't.
Cameron-
K-pop fans hop on everything, though.
Who's that?
He was an actor on Disney Channel. He actually just died today, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I saw memes about that.
Yeah.
Big Joe gets his news from memes. That's so
Literally, yeah. Actually,
I mean, memes, you know, are pretty informative.
I don't know. I just to see what's current events is I'll go on Twitter and then I'll see memes from like people.
I mean, that's how
Like
stuff
that-
pretty much like gets in the trending section.
Honestly, that's not really news to me since I didn't even know who that was, and like all I know is that he's a celebrity, and that's about it.
True. I mean, he wasn't even really a relevant celebrity at that. So.
I mean, it's not good that he died. I'm just saying that.
Well, of course, yeah. I mean,
Whatever.
I don't think anybody's arguing that.
But like, I don't want to talk bad about a dead guy.
Well, of course.
Like, I didn't know him, so.
Right.
Do you like Emp Lemon? Yeah.
I think he's one of those YouTubers that has still tried to stay relatively relevant, but and I think he's succeeded in some ways more so than others. But
I don't dislike him. What I dislike is he made a video about NASCAR. It's really similar in style to a John Boyce video, like to the point where he was using the same aesthetics and same music as John Boyce does. Editing styles, and it looked like a. You didn't have the audio on there, I would have told you that was a John Boyce video, and that's the thing is like emulating people you like is good to an extent, but there's a point where it's like a little bit of like there's not enough of your own creativity going in there.
I mean, that's true. But I couldn't really blame him personally. I mean, I take a lot of inspiration from Vox still, even though I still try to make my own style. But
I can tell the difference between a Vox video and your video. That's the thing.
that's true.
Like,
That's true.
Well,
I wasn't really able to tell the difference between Emp Lemon's video and a John Boyce video. I know he did say that John Boyce was one of his biggest inspirations, but like an inspiration and copying someone are two different things.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it goes into the extent of like how much you're copying them, and yeah, which is what you're saying. Yeah.
I mean, but that was the only video that I saw where it was like blatantly obvious, but videos I think are fine. But
What do you think of like other YouTubers not really just copying others, but somebody brought up the right opinion here, and this is kind of why I wanted to mention this. No hate on him. I like his content. He's an awesome guy, but he does not do any of his editing. It's all outsourced. Do you guys have any opinions on that?
What, like outsourcing edits?
Like, not just outsourcing some of it, but the entire thing.
I mean, I guess if you have friends that are willing to do, like, I wouldn't mind at all, like, doing the exact opposite and just have people write scripts for me and then I edit them or something like that. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, as long as you credit the people doing it, I'd say it's fine.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It was like a joint channel type thing where like one person's the face, but you kind of have like maybe one person researching and writing and one person editing or something. I don't think that's like...
That's fair. I mean, the issue for me is like it kind of takes away from the humanity of the actual channel, because you're not watching that person's, you know, blood, sweat, and tears in the video. You're watching somebody else's. So it's like,
Right.
is it really their content? You know what I mean?
It's kind of a gray area because that becomes less independent, and that's kind of what draws me into a lot of YouTube channels, is like them being independent people doing their own thing. And
Right. I mean, that's why I like Matt Diavella so much, and he actually talked about this in one of his newer videos. Like, he has not outsourced practically anything entirely in his videos. Like, he does all the camera work, he does all the editing, all the color grading, all the script writing, you know, all the networking to get interviews for his videos. And I think that's extremely admirable. And, I mean, you're getting... Jeez, Joe just left.
Oh, no, he's back.
Anyway, you're getting him in every single video because he made the entire thing.
Right. Well, I mean, I like that style generally, like the I hate everything style.
What do you mean by
You
the
know?
I hate everything style? Like, what is that style?
Like the right opinion, I hate everything. Like just commentary YouTubers that just rant about shit.
Mm.
I don't think it has a lot of substance. It's very surface level for me. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
anyone can sit in front of a camera and just fucking
Well,
talk about shit they don't like, or like talk about shit that like pisses them off or whatever. Like, I don't think that's like, it's not really adding a whole lot. You're just kind of yelling into the void at that point, right?
but I think you still have to make cogent arguments when you're doing that kind of thing. Because anyone can just yell into a camera. I mean, I do that on my second channel, but you still have to pick the right topics. You still have to frame things in a way that's going to be, you know, appeasing to the audience. You can't just say anything. You do have to say it in the right way.
That's true, but at a certain point, like, I get kind of tired of hearing arguments that are completely unbacked, except
That's
by
true.
like just pure opinion and conjecture. Like,
Gamers.
And you also see the same arguments over and over, which is really annoying.
yeah, that too. Like when you start, because there's a whole crowd of those people, and a lot of them share opinions, and
Right.
it makes it like it begins after a while of watching those videos. It feels like you're just watching the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
It really does become like self-iterative at that point. Like I was just watching a video of what's his name? Kavos. You guys ever watch him?
Heard of him?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
He's like
I've
one of
heard
those
of him.
people that's at the forefront of like drama commentary videos, like just absolute. This person did this thing. Here are the tweets.
Oh, I fucking hate these types of. I don't like the thumbnails. I've never ever watched one of his videos, but I've seen his thumbnails before and I hate them.
And so, yeah, I don't like it, but it was like in my recommended, so whatever. But so I clicked it, and he is talking about I'm Alex, who was talking about at the time Slazo, who was called out for something else entirely. So you have this 3-part iteration where there's the thing that happened, the guy talking about it, and then the way the guy talked about it being talked about by another person. And it's like, that is just the most asinine, retarded thing I've ever heard.
It is. It gets like
And people eat it up! That's the crazy part!
people in those communities eat it up. I don't. I got tired of that.
YouTube drama community is so fucking. I unsubscribed from so many YouTubers the other day. It's not even funny.
The
I just-
downfall and end of Kavos. Kavos Rant by Raggedy Dan.
Thank you, Raggedy Dan.
Tifu is
Very cool.
Tifu is a snake. Proof by Kavos.
I kind of have a transition topic for this one.
Yeah?
Did you see Shay on Twitter that Three Arrows got banned on YouTube briefly?
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
One of his
I saw
one of his
that, I
videos
saw
got
that.
mass flagged,
That's crazy.
and they deleted his channel by accident or some shit like that.
Of course.
And then Tim Pool reported on him and called him like a major Antifa channel. Oh my fucking god, dude! We were clowning on him in his Discord. It was the funniest shit ever. I'm like, does that make me an Antifa sergeant? Like,
Who exactly is Tim Pool? I've heard that name before, but I don't exactly know who he is.
he's one of those guys who's like, I was at Occupy Wall Street, therefore I'm left. But all he does is like cry about SJW still.
Oh, he's one of those people.
Chris
yeah.
Reagan.
Yeah, literally Chris Reagan, but like bald. Tim Pool is bald, by the way. But you guys didn't know that. That's why Tim Pool wears the beanies, because he's bald.
This ray gun is funny sometimes, I think, but
Yeah, I mean, Chris Ray Gun has good videos, but I definitely understand what you're saying. Like, that type of person that's really not trying to say anything substantive and is just making, you know, a joke out of the whole thing just for
Yeah.
laughs.
yeah, again, just like that whole conjecture, no research, no like
Yeah, that, like,
Let me
appeal to
just
common
talk,
sense type of content.
he's saying anything new.
Yeah.
Or at least if you're saying something new, it's completely unbacked and literally
Yeah.
just your opinion. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't like those videos because I recently saw a video about the downfall of Tobuscus, and I talked about it on your Discord. But it's like I listened to the guy, and I remember that situation, and the way he described it was not really at all how I remembered it happening. And
See, I watched that video too.
But I mean,
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. I guess I'll go then. But yeah, I saw that video too, and the way he described it, the guy that made the video, it was just so nebulous. Like, there was no statistical information, there was no like interview, no quotes. It was, like you said, just all conjectural, abstract. Oh, and when I was a kid, Toby appealed to me and so many other people. Until it's like,
Well, yeah, that happens a lot of the time.
the only
well, yeah,
real
thank you.
thing. The
You're a
only
good person
real-
until you're not. Like,
yeah,
The only real thing he put in that video was like Toby's girlfriend's Tumblr post, and I remember there being like a lot of back and forth about that, and like a lot of people talking about what was true and what wasn't, and like it really. But then he like says it like it's still up in the air, and I feel like if you did a little bit of research, you could find something substantial.
Oh, of
to
course.
say. Like
It's just extremely online drama that is just so not worth getting into.
I don't remember that being the reason why his channel fell. I thought it was more because like he took a whole year off from YouTube basically, and
That's what I was gonna say. One day he just stopped putting out content.
he kind of mentioned
Yeah.
that in the video, but he didn't. He made more of a point about the Me Too stuff, and I was like, no, that's not. Like when you just don't upload for a year, that's the
It had
best
nothing
way
to do with it. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
and
the
I'm pretty
best
sure
way to
the
kill your channel.
the
like-
Me Too movement like happened way after anything happened to Tobuscus. Like Tobuscus was already long gone when the Me Too stuff
It was
happening.
years after.
Yeah. See, and that's another thing that I really dislike about that type of video is they're trying to put two and two together to form this, well, and this happened, then this happened type of narrative, and it's completely wrong. And it literally is just misinformation. It's annoying.
I like J-Reg's new video about post-truth. That's pretty funny.
Post-truth?
Yeah.
I mean, I think
No.
we've been post-truth for a while.
Yeah.
J-Reg made a video about it though, like right now.
I think I'd
Today.
argue, like, human
really
civilization has always been post-truth.
Well, what's true is always shifted. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about the formation of narratives that create social cohesion, I mean, if you've ever read George Sorel, the idea of the myth, like literally the thing that is not true but seems true to bind people is like that's probably about 120 years old that he came up with that.
Yeah.
And even then, actually, if you read the Republic too, Plato argued that national myths were needed to bind a people to a certain history and to have a certain identity. So
That was a big part of the Nazi shit too. The
Yeah.
sort of folkish idea of like the Nords and the Germans and the Franks being the dominant people of Europe, like as a national war, which none of that shit's actually true. And
Right. But I mean, even we still have that in America too, like the idea of American exceptionalism, or the idea of, American industrialism, or the fact that we have dominated the world and we secure the world. That's a very big part of the American identity.
that it be.
So anyway, I don't think post-truth as a concept is anything new.
Yeah.
If anything, it's only proliferated more because more people have really had the opportunity to disseminate ideas which appeal to people.
Yeah.
I think Joji would have succeeded as much as he did if he already didn't have a built-in YouTube audience.
No,
No.
I don't think he would have
No
succeeded
way.
at all. No way.
The amount of people that get lucky, like a Billie Eilish, is slim to none. I hate to say it, but I really don't even think Joji is all that successful. I mean, he is. His name is out there. People know who he is.
He only
But-
had like 6 million streams on
Yeah, it's
36 million or something. I don't know. He didn't have a whole lot of streams on like Spotify.
yeah,
They literally only know him through like the Filthy Frank
yeah.
stuff, and that's it.
Breaking into the music industry, I think, is possibly one of the hardest things you could try to do with your life
Yeah.
because
I think-
everybody wants to do it.
See, he went from being like a Weird Al character to trying to be like a serious musician. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it doesn't help that like when you look up his name too, it's associated with like harsh vulgarities that
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine
Uh,
if like Weird Al just came out with like a serious actual album
nobody would care,
tomorrow. Like, yeah, no one would want that because that's not what they want from him.
and nobody would take it seriously either.
Yeah.
It's kind of a shame. I mean, if he had done something more gradual, like I don't want to say what I did, going from cringe compilations to what I do now was the right way, but I think it definitely was a smoother transition, and I now have an audience that gives me many more views than I had before. So, if he would have gradually integrated proper music into his videos, which he tried to do at the end with his like cinematics and stuff, but
Yeah.
it kind of just like fell off as soon as he really started to go into his music, which is unfortunate.
But I think he manages 88 Rising as a label, which is mildly successful.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He's a founding member.
Oh, so then he's probably doing just fine.
Oh, yeah, I think he's doing fine.
That's crazy. Ooh, somebody asked, how do you gain YouTube success? Ooh, that's an interesting one. Well,
Well, first you
As
gotta...
much as often. That's what I always say.
I think it comes
And
down to
get
really
it.
3 things. Topic.
Nepotism?
No. Not yet. That's when you're like at 300,000 and you need drama to get you to that 500. But you
That's
need
how I got to 500 subs.
500,000, my man.
Yeah, I know.
God, 20 sub special.
It's like no, there's this.
I
there's
literally
this
made one of
quick-
those too.
Did you really?
Yes.
I should do a 500 sub special.
It's a clickhole video where it's like land a high-paying job by getting your dad to hire you at his big company.
Oh my god. Literally, I know people that are doing that. I'm not gonna name any names, but like, I know people from high school and college that are doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of ass.
My dad refused
but
to hire me
good for
as
them, I
a
suppose.
intern. He literally flat out said no, even though I qualified for it just because it looked bad. I was like, all right, I respect that. I respect that. I really do. I would still have to go through the interview and all that. He just didn't want me working like under him.
Okay, but anyway, YouTube success. That was a big tangent. But YouTube success comes down to topic and appeal. And they're interrelated. You need to talk about something people give a shit about. And you
And
need to say it.
topical. It has to be topical.
And that's what I mean. They have to give a shit. And you have to make them give even more of a shit because you're saying it. That's how you do it.
Bro, exactly.
You need to
That's
do
it.
often. You will not get subscribers if you post like once every 2 months.
Whoops.
I mean,
It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
but believe it or not, I still, like, if my video does those 2 things, it will get in the recommended and I will get subscribers. And if my videos continue to do that, it'll get recommended to those same subscribers and it'll propel it back into the recommended again. So I think in my case, upload frequency doesn't matter as much as nailing what people want. That's what matters the most for my type
Right.
of video. But yeah, that's how you do it.
In general, you gotta be frequent.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing something that doesn't, like, where people don't expect a lot of effort that going into it, like a Dave Hacks or I don't know, like the stuff we were talking about before, like drama type of videos or basic, rant commentary.
Yeah. I hate those channels. I really hate commentary. I don't know why.
We were talking about animation YouTubers earlier, and somebody just asked about that. Would you say animation is commentary?
Well, it's in
It's
the
a
same
story.
vein,
It's
but it's like
storytelling.
story time. Yeah, it's storytelling. So I mean,
Yeah, but
sometimes
that's
they do
like-
videos that are like more, I guess, apt for the time or whatever. But those almost
Quality
never do
over
well.
quantity. It's funny how they're saying quality over quantity, and we immediately talk about like the story time YouTubers.
I mean, yeah, that's
Like
Big
they're
oof.
successful, and hey,
but I really do question, like I was saying it before, like there is such a big appeal to what they're doing as animators, which a regular storytime YouTuber like Tana Monjo, she does not have the merchandising capability that James from The Odd Ones Out does. Absolutely not. And I don't think she ever will.
and that's fair. Although she did go on like a tour, so I don't know.
Yeah.
A tour, I think, is different from actually selling products that people are going to buy based on
Yeah,
your personal
yeah.
brand.
I find amazing is that kids still buy like Cars toys. Like
Seriously? I mean, people are still
Are-
buying Frozen shit.
I know, but it's like came out so long ago, and it's just weird.
Well, it's one of those movies that kids still watch. Like, I mean, I was still watching Aladdin, and I mean, that came out in the 90s when I was a kid. So, and I think you probably watched Aladdin, probably watched Finding Nemo, Little Mermaid.
No, I did. I
Yeah.
did, but it's like
I did.
then I don't know. But like Toy Story, like
Are kids still
my
watching?
gosh,
Yeah,
like,
I'm
the
surprised
people
there's...
who originally watched Toy Story are now
Yeah.
20s, in their 20s.
Yeah, I can't believe they're making a sequel to that. Another one.
Another.
Another one. Yeah. I mean, they're making a live action remake of Mulan. I just watched the trailer
Oh,
for
and
that.
the fucking Lion King too.
And the Little Mermaid,
I don't know why they're fucking doing that.
because they're out of ideas,
I was gonna say I don't think Disney has had an original idea. in a
and
long
because they
time.
know they can cash in on nostalgia.
That's true.
It's all a marketing ploy. I mean, there's absolutely no substance to it. But well, I should say there's representation, so that's important.
Mr. Amazing will be at VidCon.
Wait,
No.
are we talking about?
We're gonna have a meetup
No,
by
I
the
will not.
dumpsters by the subway.
You know how much it would cost me to go to VidCon?
For
Literally,
like $600.
I mean, including like food, an Airbnb to stay in, and the actual cost of going, it would come to like $1,000. That and that's not even including the flight.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, yeah, it is. It is actually including
As
the
a,
flight.
you don't as a yeah. I mean,
$1,000. Screw that. No, thank you.
just get invited, bro. Like,
You guys talk about the Little Mermaid thing while I.
oh yeah, we
try
could.
and reconnect.
No,
Oh.
we can
That's-
transition to that.
That's like.
I mean,
that
I'm glad. Like, I made a joke out of representation just now, but it's like, I'm glad people can be represented, and that's perfectly fine. I think the
Yeah.
actor they picked actually is very fitting for the role. Like, her face fits. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but she
Yeah,
looks
I don't-
she'll look fine. I think. Now with red hair, I don't know.
I don't see why people care so much.
Yeah, I don't either.
That's kind of weird because
This stream is
Ooh.
sponsored by Curiosity Stream.
it's like a. What if this stream was on Curiosity Stream? Wow.
Bruh.
A curiosity.
If you want
stream
Mr.
show.
Amazing to go to VidCon, you got to click that link and you got to put 1,000 into the donate line. And you
Yes,
gotta hit
actually.
enter, and we'll go.
And it's also, it's not like 1K is a lot. It's like, it's just a lot that I could spend on other things to reinvest into the channel. It's a lot to waste, I think. I like,
yeah, I agree with that.
yeah, I like to be relatively frugal. I mean, I want to buy
have a lot
camera
of-
lenses
yeah.
to invest in this
Yeah.
channel, and like, I'm even hesitant to do that because like they are about $1,000, and that's like a very
But
big
you can write
investment.
those off. Write those off.
Oh yeah, of course, but it's still like $1,000. I'm in the hole then. I mean, not really. I'm not in debt, but it's like,
Do you itemize or do you?
yeah, I
This is
itemize.
a weird question. Do you 1040A or do you just take the
Schedule easy.
deduction? Okay.
Yeah. Taxes with Mr. Amazing.
Taxes with Mr. Amazing and Pretzel.
I do quarterlies
'Cause-
too. Oh,
Really?
Recording.
One of my friends was asking me. He's like, I'm like, talk to a CPA, but he kept asking me questions because CPA is like 150 to 250 an hour. I'm like, just itemize your shit. Like,
Yeah.
start keeping everything you do in a spreadsheet. Take it to a CPA, and they'll tell you what to do. Because he was doing quarterlies too on an ES.
Mhm.
Like, don't do 1040 ES quarterly because that shit's mad gay.
yeah.
Do like yearly. File yearly.
I mean, if you make a
Especially if
certain
you're
amount of money,
itemizing.
Thank you, Pretzel, for telling us how to do our taxes.
But if
It's a
you're,
very
especially if you,
interesting stream.
yeah, if you make over $400 a month, you should itemize on a 1040 instead of just taking the standard deduction,
of course.
and then talk to a CPA and find out exactly how much money you can save. Because chances are, if you're gonna blow $250 an hour on a CPA, they'll probably find you $250
Oh yeah.
that you can fucking file on some obscure tax break from 1890 or whatever the fuck.
Oh. Yeah. If I ever start investing in stocks, I will find a way to put all my money in stocks and get around paying my taxes.
Municipal bonds, baby. You don't pay
Yup.
taxes on them.
Yeah.
What is the appeal of conventions? Like, I never really.
Well,
I didn't understand that either until like the other day.
Which one did you
Never
go
went
to?
to one, but
It's just I would only go to one just to like meet people that I'm friends with. I would never go to one like by myself or whatever.
No. I mean,
But, like I could totally see myself having fun at like I don't know like E3 or whatever if I went with a bunch of my friends.
if there was like Philosophy Con, I would go to that. Because I am not the type to just go and like party and get drunk for no goddamn reason. Like, that's kind of ass. But if people want to do that, they can be my guest. Go right on ahead. But it ain't gonna be me.
go to a convention and you'll find out. But the thing is, like,
It's a lot of money to blow to find out.
here's
Yeah,
the thing.
exactly.
I like being with my friends, and I don't like being with people centralized around like one idea.
Yeah.
I don't know how to put that any better, but like
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
don't enjoy going to like Magic the Gathering tournaments because everyone there, all they talk about is Magic the Gathering, and
Yeah.
that gets tiring after like an hour. So
I would totally, again, like I said, I would go to pretty much any con if like I knew people who were already gonna be there.
No,
I would go for friends.
I wouldn't.
And again, I have the money to blow, so.
what is the point?
No.
What is so important about VidCon that you need to go if YouTube's your career?
I mean, it would be good for networking. And if I was doing YouTube full time,
Yeah.
I'd blow the money just to network. Because there are a lot of people going that I would like to meet and introduce myself to.
Yeah.
And I feel like my content is respectable enough that if somebody saw it, they'd be like, "Oh wow!" Like, I mean, if I'm making rant commentary, that probably ain't gonna be the case.
You're
but,
that guy who made cringe comps, right?
yeah, that's me.
Mr. Amazing goes back to the hotel and jumps out of his hotel room and kills himself. That right there.
Mr. Amazing ODs on heroin and horse tranquilizers.
After getting called a cringe comp YouTuber at a panel.
Yeah. No, thank you. That will be a no from me. Yeah. Yeah, no. Plus, I think most of what the people do to network there anyway is like partying type shit and concerts, and it's like that's not me. That's not what I'm interested in doing and spending my time doing. And I don't want to start.
LC Matthew, the point of the 1K a month thing is not to like hurt companies.
Oh, man,
it's to help
It's a really, I was about
people
to
who
say,
need the money.
that's a very poor understanding of macroeconomics.
Yeah.
That's all. You don't take money and then give it, and then they go and spend the money.
Sound like I'm talking down to him. I don't want to sound like that, but like that.
I
That's
do.
not the point. The point of the 1K a month thing is not to hurt corporations. It's just to
More effectively redistribute wealth.
And hurt corporations, how exactly are you hurting corporations?
You're raising their marginal tax rate by maybe 1%.
Yeah, is that really hurting them? Really? That's really going to affect their income that much? No, it's not. It'll hurt small businesses maybe if that kind of taxation trickles down to them as well, but somebody like a Google will feel practically nothing, like a little bee sting maybe.
Yeah.
And
Let's talk-
as many people would say, that's the tea.
That's the thesis. All right, Pride Month is over. Did you gentlemen have a good
Thesis.
Pride Month?
Here's the thing: when you say thesis, I think it's like not
ISIS?
thesis, but like one word, like a disease or something.
That's the
I have-
thesis.
I have thesis.
Yeah, like that sounds like a disease.
Like pertussis.
Yeah,
Pertussis.
Pride Month.
something like that.
Pride Month gave me protesis.
Uh,
I can say
was that
that
like a
one.
percent? A pertesis? It's a 5 pertesis on that one.
I got 120 per tease.
DXM would kill me. It interacts with my meds, and it would kill me. Hell yeah.
What is DXM? Is it like
Uh,
DMT?
No, it's literally an anti-cough medication. It's a cough suppressant, but if you drink enough of it, you get high.
Well,
Run.
like most cough medications.
Yeah, it kind of acts like
DMT.
a benzo when you
Ah.
take a lot of it.
Ah,
Yeah.
the benzodiazepam.
Yeah. Yup.
One of the classics.
Actually, what does DXM stand for again? Let's see. Dextromethopran, methofran, fan.
Words we can't pronounce. That's what it
Yeah.
stands for.
Obscure
Yeah, I'm on-
chemicals that Pfizer will charge you too much money to consume.
Yeah, I'm on SSRIs, so it will kill me.
Crazy.
You know,
Yes,
sometimes.
drugs with Mr. Amazing. Yeah.
When
Judging
radi-
Mr. Amazing.
If radiation therapy is too expensive, you could just like gather up some smoke detectors and start using them out of those.
Get some mirrors too. Just bounce the light on your skin. It'll make the cancer go away if you just get more light on you. Specifically light in the hot summertime. The more light on your skin, the less likely you're gonna have cancer.
All right, well.
In 2025, Joe Rogan's gonna be doing heroin on his part. Hey, Jordan Peterson, you want to try some heroin?
He's gonna be on the
sure.
heroin only diet instead of the meat only diet.
He's gonna be on the heroin on the diet.
Joe Rogan gets Jordan Peterson hooked on heroin.
Oh my god.
Ben Shapiro smokes crack on his show and breaks the sound barrier with how fast he's talking.
Here's what happens. Is Jordan Peterson goes on his own live stream and he starts to argue with his own lectures on YouTube while he's high on heroin. That's what.
You ever seen the videos where like they pit Jordan Peterson against Jordan Peterson?
I love those.
That's my favorite, where he calls himself a weakling and stuff. And then he says, "No, I'm not weak. I can lift 50 pounds." And then he's like, "Prove it." And he's like, "Oh well, no, I can't." That was my favorite. I love that.
Oh.
So now, corporations no longer care about gay people.
Yes.
This
is like the first year I've really seen so many corporations like
come
come out in support of homosexuality.
Isn't it the first year that it was legalized, like gay marriage?
No, it was legalized a while ago.
I was
2016.
Was it 2016?
No,
I know it's 2014.
2014. Yeah, that sounds right. Yo. Yeah.
Joe family on the live stream.
I don't know what caused it. My gut tells me that it's like the popularity of Twitter and the internet forum that it has facilitated. So there's like been more, I don't know, study of what people are actually saying about the matter. But that's just conjecture. I really have no idea.
So,
like, yeah.
I
Oh, wait, just a second. Thank you, Kiki, for your $2 donation. All donations are highly appreciated. But yeah.
Was the Little Mermaid thing, was that real, or did Disney just create that to get, like, as an advertising scheme?
No, it's real. Like, that's happening.
Yeah.
People who are like...
But I wouldn't be surprised if they, like, they did some shit to, like...
I don't understand how people are genuinely angry about that.
I want to say, I don't think anyone really is genuinely angry. I mean, people are just like, oh, it ruins my memories, but, like, nobody's really mad about it. But, I mean, even that kind of lukewarm response is like, well, who cares about your memories? Not me.
Yeah.
Why would you want how is it a problem? Like, I just don't get the issue. Because it had nothing weird. It's like a weird thing to complain about.
Well, it's just people wanting things their way and not being, real about recognizing that other people have wants different from theirs.
With any live action thing, it's going to be different from the cartoon version because you just can't, like, do everything the cartoon did. So it's like...
I mean, one of the things that does annoy me that is relevant to the discussion, I guess, is the fact that instead of creating new African-American roles, I don't want to say they're being shoehorned into older roles, but it's like... That is...
It's like... it's... I don't know if they think this way, but it seems to me like they're trying to do justice to the fact that there was zero representation in these, like...
Yeah, like...
stories originally by casting characters,
In an odd way, it still is kind of racist in my opinion. It's like, why not create a new character to insert that African-American voice into the broader narrative? Why are you trying to shoehorn it into a narrative that already exists? Let's maybe rewrite the narrative a little bit with some new characters. And create new films for those narratives. Like, I think the, what was the one with Princess Tiana? Princess and the Frog, maybe? I forget what it was called.
Yeah, Princess and the Frog.
But yeah, like, that was good. And that was a fantastic movie, I think. I mean, it took place in New Orleans. It drew from a lot of what that culture had to offer. I mean, the voodoo shamanism in it is so big in New Orleans. And I think that character in particular is, one of the truest pieces of the lore that exists down there. And that's all taken from African-American culture, and it makes for a great narrative. So, like, why don't we inject that into films? Why are we just putting people into movies for their color? That's so weird to me. It's like, It's literally so transparent that it's just done to insert people because of the color of their skin.
Yep.
I
I agree.
know. Because that's the thing, like, why are we separating these people from their culture? Why are we treating them like a token? I don't know. I think that kind of sucks.
Yeah. It do be that way sometimes.
But then again, on the flip side, it's also kind of annoying how, like, in biblical films, we cast white people as, like, Arabs.
Yeah. Jesus, of course, being a white Mel Gibson.
Yeah. Yeah, that I gotta disagree with that. I gotta say no.
Yeah, I guess that's a fair point.
Makes sense to me.
On this note, I'll be right back. Carry the stream
Excellent.
for me, boys.
No, what I wonder is like, what did Jesus look like? That's the
Probably.
because,
Yeah.
like you always see like images of him and they're all similar, like with the beard and long hair and like stuff like that. But it's like I can't really remember a vivid description of him in the Bible specifically. Like maybe there were descriptions of him somewhere else, but
Yeah, I don't think. I don't think that there's any description of the Bible in the Bible. They just made him white in like art and shit.
yeah, because that's how like artists are gonna do that. But
Yeah. So Big Joe, let's talk about you in Neon Genesis Evangelion.
oh, I love that show. That's the only anime I'll ever watch, but I love it. So
That's because it's Catholic, right? It's like
basically, like, well, no, it's not. It's not Catholic, but it has like, I don't know. It just has biblical allusions and stuff, and like, uh, love that stuff.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't feel like if I explained it at length, because then I'd just be. I don't want to become a weeaboo, but
What are we talking about now?
We're talking about Big Joe and how he likes Neon Genesis Evangelion because it has a lot of biblical references.
Hey, it's a good movie specifically for, or not movie, but a good series specifically for that reason, I think.
I don't
No,
ever.
love it.
I literally don't watch anime. I've never like. I don't enjoy anime that much. Maybe I would if I like watched the right one.
I think
I don't know.
you should watch Neon Genesis Evangelion. Like, even as a piece of work, like not even looking at it as an anime, just looking at it as a piece of animation, it's awesome. It's fantastic.
Right. Right.
only parts I don't like are like the anime-ish parts, I guess, like the ones where like they get mad. No, like yeah, basically, like where they get like where they
Yeah.
have these little tips with each other, and there's like
I hate that. I hate expressiveness in anime so much.
Like-
Yeah, it's a little
like-
bit much.
yeah, the random like
Well, I guess-
sexual tension and stuff. That's just
I think
weird.
the reason that is because the animation style is so simplistic that you can't really convey emotion or like surprise or something in that way.
Right.
So they have to
It
replace
is-
it with audio
I
cues like
wouldn't-
like shit like that, you know?
Mm.
And the animation is simplistic. I'd say that like.
Well, I mean, they
because
do animate on twos.
For animation, it's not simplistic, but it's like
I mean, simplistic is a good word for it, I'd say. Well, at least the foregrounds. Because the backgrounds, I
Yeah.
think, are still pretty complicated.
Well,
Well, I
it's easier to
guess-
do because the backgrounds are more static, right? So it's
Yeah.
like
it's true.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah,
But-
like I watched the first episode of JoJo, and I was like, why do people like this?
No,
people
JoJo's,
always tell me to watch JoJo, and I can't get into it. I don't like it.
it's way too over the top.
It's
Like,
like
here's another shoehorned cultural reference. Fucking here you go.
it's like
Yeah.
I can't see any like about it is just right there laid out in front of you. There's like no I don't know. I didn't see any like real deeper meaning. At least but I only watched one episode, but still like there was like one episode of Evangelion. There's like a ton of stuff going on, but like on the deeper end of it,
Is Avatar less?
deeper a lot, but
Yeah.
What I was going to say was, I think Evangelion is so great, not only because you have that biblical meaning, but you also have Hideki Anno's meaning as well. So you have that interpersonal conflict, but then you also have what that interpersonal conflict tells you. So, I mean, those are just 3 ways of looking at the show, and I love that about it. Like, you can look at it through these different lenses and still see something great about it.
Yeah.
And you can't do that with every anime, of course. And that's why, like I said in the beginning, you should not look at it as an anime.
I don't, but yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say that
Stands.
another anime that does that. Damn. Do you guys want to keep talking about this or no?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. I mean, I guess.
know one anime, so.
Yeah.
I don't ever. I'm so horrifyingly unfamiliar with the genre of anime.
It goes into the theme of your next video, so.
Yeah. I mean, have you guys seen Studio Ghibli films at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're anime technically. So.
Is Avatar: The Last Airbender an anime?
It's a Western anime.
Yeah.
I'd say. That's how I would describe it. Like.
It's anime style, anime inspired, but
Right.
like, it's not Japanese.
See, the question though is like, is a Korean animation still anime? Does it have to be Japanese to be anime?
Right.
And it's hard to say, because if you saw a Korean, quote unquote, anime inspired cartoon and you didn't know it was Korean, you'd still probably call it anime.
At the point where it becomes indistinguishable, I don't think it really matters. Like,
Yeah.
you can call it anime now. Like,
Yeah.
it's a broad enough term at this point.
Yeah. I think that's a good argument. It's just an argument from recognizability. That's what makes it what it is.
Yeah.
Same with the obscenity laws. The Supreme Court knows it when they see it.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Anime should be illegal.
Anime should be illegal. God. Yeah, that's one thing I don't understand as well, is like, it's okay to dislike things, like that's fine, but when you start just abjectly disliking a whole genre because of who is associated with it without really doing your own research, that's just intellectually lazy, in my opinion. Look.
Old Mr. Amazing would disagree with you there.
Old Mr. Amazing was 15 years old, and he was 15 years old.
Okay. Oh no, I'm just jostling you, brah.
No, I know.
I still think
I know.
I still think it's the funniest shit ever. When I like retweet some furry shit on my timeline, you message me like, "Bro, what the fuck is this?" I'm like, "Bro, why the fuck you follow me on Twitter then?"
Bro, it's just, I just can't. I
don't retweet nothing gross. I retweet art.
I know.
Oh hell yeah, dude! There's a fucking porn sex video watch here.
Stop.
In our no, look at our chat right now, dude.
Yeah. Well, good thing the chat has hidden that.
Bro.
Who even? What?
I want to pin that. Can I pin?
Why
that
are they
just?
even in the chat? Where did they come from?
Does
what?
Trump watch animated porn also? I'm gonna show that comment because that's a good comment.
What channel?
VIP.
Oh, that
Give
is.
him the guy who posted that, give him VIP. No.
Well, he's hidden.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Disgusting.
Yeah, we shouldn't be encouraging that behavior. No.
We should definitely be encouraging this behavior.
No.
Bro, it's funny.
We are here to discuss topics of interest. Okay.
Not funny.
Didn't laugh.
Funny. Didn't laugh.
I hate that meme because it was all over Schlatt's Discord, and that's the only reason why I hate it. But
It is the
I'm
new
sorry.
clown meme. It's the meme everybody's using right now.
Yeah, no, that's
People are
true.
still using the clown meme.
Yeah, but not as much. It's not everywhere.
People, yeah, that
Not
I
funny
hate
didn't
it. I
laugh is
hate-
everywhere right now.
Yeah.
but the thing is, like, is it comes from people who don't understand it. Like, the only way you
Here
can
we go.
understand- The only way you can understand that meme is if you come from a culture where being funny is an important thing. And if you're just hanging around on Reddit or Twitter, being funny isn't an important thing. It's not important enough for people to care if you didn't laugh. Like, that's the thing.
You are such a meme elitist.
I am.
I love it. I love it. I love how meme elite Big Joe is.
No. It's so weird. It's just so weird to be.
Bro, I love it so much. I love it.
So you don't understand it because you're not coming from the right culture. I am from
You
that
are.
culture. So
Yes.
it's like, come on,
Big Joe was forged by the memes.
bro.
You
come on,
don't.
bro.
you don't know what you're missing. You don't know.
Okay, I've
You
been on
feel-
iFunny. It's not that good. Okay, but you might have been on the good iFunny. Well,
Yes,
Okay, fair enough.
exactly. That's exactly what I would say.
okay,
You know me.
that's fair.
Hey, Meme Envious. I like Meme Envious. He makes good.
Oh, does he? I've never heard of him.
That's Discord.
Go to channel. Oh,
But
nice.
anyways,
Anyways, always.
I just Stranger Things 3 topic.
It
I
just
didn't
came out.
watch it. I didn't watch it.
I didn't
at
watch
all.
it. I've never seen it.
I'm not even planning to watch it. I'm not going to watch it. It looks.
It was all right. It wasn't that good.
But like
It.
the build up to it in season 2. Dumb. That's why I'm not watching it. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, it's just forced in because they want to make more money.
It honestly felt like a parody of the first season.
Ended the story and now they're just trying to like keep
Yeah.
it going.
I don't know. My family fucking loves the show. They watch it like every night so far.
I mean,
this
I
week.
loved the first season, but what was so cool about it is you had aliens, the paranormal, and a government conspiracy all tied together so effectively that each complemented the other. This season, and I think even in the second season, you just didn't have that. Like, instead of a government
Yeah.
conspiracy, you have evil Russians. And they literally call them evil Russians. Like, come on now.
Oh,
Bro, you suck. Whoever wrote that, you suck.
I saw some fucking tankies in my mentions whining about that shit. Like, who or some shit. I'm like, bro, it's a TV show.
And but they're literally caricatures of Russians too, and that's the thing. Like, they did not try to make this a believable, suspenseful show. I mean, so much of this season is filled with stock music they probably got from like APM or Epidemic Sound or something. Like, all the synths, all the color grading magic that made the first season great is like not even here. And I don't know. I thought it was a letdown personally.
they have new Coke.
Oh yeah, they literally did an ad for that too in the show.
There's new Coke, guys.
One of the characters is drinking it, and he literally says, "Same bold flavor, but new sweetness." It's like, and they take
me.
time out of the show just to
Shit me right
specifically dedicate that plug. Like, are you kidding me? That would not have happened in the first season.
Yes, it would have.
No, it wouldn't have.
Well, but bro, 1980s cultural references, bro.
Make your entire character just that's like Poochie from The Simpsons, where he's just there to sell stuff.
Yeah.
It's like you make an entire show that's just an advertisement, like My Little Pony.
I mean, that's what they did in the 80s. Like, that's what G.I. Joe was.
No, that's what all those toy cartoons were. That's what all the cartoons in the 80s were.
True. Yeah, no, you're right.
Transformers.
Oh, that's true. Somebody mentioned they did the KFC thing in season 2.
I don't remember what that was, but
Me neither, but I believe it. But I don't think they would have done it in season 1. Like, the mystery of who Eleven was what made the first season so gripping, I think. Her as this outsider held by the government in captivity, entering the world. That plot combined with what was happening with the buyer's kid, combined with the police and their search and involvement in the whole thing, it just made for such a great cocktail.
when is keep
Sorry,
going.
no, you can go. We've spoken enough about this.
When is Better Call Saul season 3 or 4 coming out?
I don't
That's
know,
what
but
I
I
wanna
never
know.
watched it. Was it good?
I love Better Call Saul. It's great.
I mean, I liked Breaking Bad, but I never watched Better Call Saul.
The problem is, like, a new season every 2 years, it gets kind of a lot. It's like a really long wait time.
Yeah, I mean, that's the case with most quality shows. Like, they need to actually put time into the production. You know?
But still, it's like the biggest detractor from its popularity is that it's
Yeah.
just not there. Like, it's just no story there to watch until 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose they could still be in production of the next season when, the old season is done. But I don't know. That reminds me, though, this other show that was really similar to Stranger Things that I started watching on Netflix called The OA. Either you guys ever see it?
No.
I think my dad probably has watched it.
Similar issue to, like, what you're talking about, Big Joe, with, like, there being such, an exorbitant amount of time between seasons. It's really, really cool. Like, because you have these different interlocking plots like Stranger Things, but the way they interlock is so much cooler because you have mental health, the supernatural, multiple universes, technology, and there was one other thing, but those are the four main ones. And so in the last season, because you have multiple universes, the last universe that the characters end on is a universe where they're actually actors. So it's like they're in quote unquote our universe, but like they still have their memories. So it's like, who are they really? I think it was the coolest way to end a season of a show I've ever seen.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Because,
I watched a lot of the.
Oh, sorry.
I watch all the German language ones.
God,
They're actually really good.
well,
Like,
there
I'm
was
not gonna
one.
lie.
What was that one that I saw advertised recently? It was like everything is cyclical and some like deals with time travel and shit.
It's just QAnon.
I don't know.
QAnon.
Everything is cyclical. Hillary for prison. Something.
Bro, I love those so much, dude. The fucking QAnon, like how cryptic they are.
And then, like, you talk to people about it, and you're like, they just lied, right? And they're like, no, they didn't lie. They're being confusing on purpose, but the general message is still true. It's like,
It's a secret code.
what?
Is it?
The CIA is watching.
It's not even a secret code. It's like they say, well, okay, that might have been an outright lie, but like the truth behind it is still there. And it's like,
Well,
what are you even talking about at that point?
that's just confirmation bias at that point. Like you're looking
Behind
for the
QAnon.
conclusions you're predisposed for. Ugh.
Hard to swallow. Important progress. Who are the puppet masters? House of Saud. 6++. 4 trillion Rothschilds. Soros. Focus on the above. Public wealth disclosure. False. Many governments of the world feed the eye. Think slush funds. Think war. Think environmental pacts. The triangle has 3 sides.
God.
And somehow people piece this together to mean something.
You can make anything mean anything.
It's funny because, like,
God.
you ask them, it'll put like actual things, like it said something like Hillary will be in prison when Trump is in office, and that hasn't happened.
Like
So
when you wake
people-
up tomorrow, they'll be in Guantanamo. It's like, really? The newest one, Big Joe, is that Hillary is currently hiding out in like Ireland or a country without extradition to the U.S. because they're so close to getting her.
So many
Finally.
people at the Trump thing at the 4th of July thought that like JFK Jr. was going to reveal himself, and like
JFK Jr. was gonna fucking pop out and be like, "I am QAnon."
This is like some messianic
Legitimately-
Bible shit. They're
that
like
was-
the new
that is what
Jews
they
looking for the
thought would
Messiah.
happen.
God.
But it's weird because it's like you can't it's impossible to convince them that it's not happening because I don't
Well, it's
know.
all narcissistic delusions. They are just indulging in things they're already predisposed to.
Get them down to the brass tacks. They say, well, okay, this stuff might be false, but the general message that it's sending is true. And the general message is just, oh, the government is hiding some things from you. And it's like, well,
Okay.
Like, duh.
yeah,
Hey, you want to pull this up on stream?
congratulations.
Oh my
That's-
God.
Bro, this is the guide, dude. Come on.
This is. Ugh.
This is it. This is it, homie. This
Is
the
that
guide.
This is unfortunate, is what it is.
Please tell me
let
that's
me-
a meme.
let
That
me
It's
pull it
not.
up.
Someone highlighted where you're supposed to go, but I've seen this original one on poll before.
This
I've
is,
dead
like,
ass seen the original on
ridiculous. I don't understand how do you have enough time to even the Vatican. What is Satanism? Saturn,
poll. I like
magic.
Eugenics.
Oh, nice. We have
Eugenics,
Moloch here.
SS Israel. Let's just start at the beginning, okay?
Let's just take every single conspiracy theory and bring it together. MK Ultra, the Trilateral Commission, and Ronald Reagan. Are you kidding me?
Ronald Reagan was a robot during his first year as president.
Because Antifa leads to George Soros, leads to the Taliban, leads to Tower Sacrifice, which leads to George Bush.
You see
Who is connected to Princess Diana?
The invasion of Iraq.
Oh my God.
The thing is, Ronald Reagan, when he came up with Reaganomics, that was him as a real person. But when he came out for like gun control in the inner city, that was Robot Reagan.
Wait,
Developed by the
Hyperloop,
Democrats.
PayPal, Elon Musk is somehow connected to North Korea.
Rocket Man. He's the Rocket Man. Get it? He's the Rocket Man, Shay. Guess who else is the Rocket Man?
Elton John! Why don't we have Elton John in here?
Because he's the
on.
Rocket Man.
No. Elton John wrote a song called Rocket Man based off of Ray Bradbury's Rocket Man. Ray Bradbury wrote Fahrenheit 451.
You know what melts at 451 degrees or weakens?
Steel
beams. Bro, that's it. You get it. It's over. Hillary is going to fucking Guantanamo.
Oh my God. These people are nuts.
Oh, Rocket Cow, I love your profile picture.
Antifa.
Ignatius of Loyola. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Quantum Ascension. Wait, go to the bottom left. Hold on. 1 second, Jane. Go to the bottom left.
Where do
Go
you
to
see
back-
quantum ascension?
Wait,
Bottom
how
left.
how
Bottom
did it
left.
get
I'm at
connected
bottom
to
left.
Ignatius
Oh, wait,
of
hold on.
Loyola?
I forgot the stream is lagged or delayed.
Yeah, it is. Sorry. Do you want me to scroll up?
Ignatius of Loyola? What?
Hold on. Okay, it's at the very bottom. Mayan calendar 2012. Age of Aquarius, Solar Shift, Apocalypse, Quantum Ascension.
What? They really just took everything they could find and put it together.
You literally need probably like 20 years of education just to fully understand what these people are trying to say.
I don't even know how somebody had the time to make this whole thing. Like, how? Don't you have a job? Oh, they have Thelma and Aleister Crowley in
Bro,
here. Are
when
you
you're
kidding
a
me?
fucking, when you're a geriatric boomer, this is the shit that this is like heroin in your goddamn veins, because you can just sit back and you're in the know. You don't have to do anything, right? So you just type out on your computer oh, it's happening, and you get to know because you're in the know. So this is like boomer heroin, dude. They just inject this shit straight into their fucking veins.
I just don't get it. I just don't understand. Why don't you read philosophy or something? Why are you wasting your time? None of this shit will even matter in 500 years. You're wasting your time on
No, it's really weird.
a pipe dream. Oh, okay.
That
I've had enough of this.
there's a pink house about 2 kilometers outside of Vatican City, and it's always for rent, but it's never sold. So, I mean, that's pretty
You know what they say? That's where Jesus's great-great-grandson lives. Part of the Da Vinci Code. And that is the end conclusion of QAnon.
Boomers and Zoomers and Doomers and Bloomers and
Gloomers. Can't forget them.
Bloomers. I'm a bloomer, honestly.
I'd say I'm a bloomer as well.
I'm a quadrofarious goomer.
Gazoonker.
I'm a gazonker.
I'm a donker galonker. That's my
Honestly,
personal
I
term.
think I'm more of a bloomer gloomer, you know?
You don't
Sometimes on a rainy day I just pensively look out the window listening to lo-fi.
I mean, I'm a spooner.
I guess I'm more of a proclo. I'm
what you call
A paleo boomer.
I'm what you call a deep state enthusiast.
a proto Evan Loomer, and if you don't know what that is, that's kind of a quadro zoomer mixed with a neo-statist boomer, and
Neo-statist boomer. What does that even mean?
It's
okay.
anarchism, but for boomers.
Well, I'm an anarcho-nationalist, federo-circuitous, geometric Feynman anti-gloomer.
I would
just
concur
need
with you there.
Something,
honestly.
I just need something to identify with, so I make up random words
Yeah.
to describe my individual self.
My political identity is so obscure, nobody even knows what the fuck it is.
I love
I mean,
those
even me.
memes where it's like, oh my
Not
god,
even
this is so me, and it's like that Wojak girl, and it has like pictures of other
Yeah,
girls
yeah,
in the
no,
media.
I love that. That's my favorite.
I want one of those, but like instead of all the people in the media, just other Wojak memes.
That's true. That's
And
I
then-
want my
someone
news to be
probably
delivered
made
to
that.
me.
Someone probably made that.
Probably.
Post-left Hoppian neo-accelerationist.
Hoppian. Absolutist post-left. That is beautiful.
I'm a I'm an irony poisoned leftist.
I am post-left. I am so far left, I'm right.
I overflowed, bitch. I'm gonna make Stalin look like a fucking anarchist.
I am
Rocket
so
cow.
left, I believe in absolute confirmation to the state of nature as Hobbes described in Leviathan.
Never watched that anime, by the way, Rocket Cow. I only know your profile picture from Malcolm in the Middle, so.
What anime is that?
That's why I like it. It has nothing to do with the anime.
Oh, shoot.
I
Ah,
love
fuck.
Malcolm in the Middle.
Alright, you know what fucking time it is, boys.
What time?
It's take controversial questions from the chat time.
We gotta answer them as uncontroversially as possible. Well, I mean, did we address everything we wanted to? Do you want to talk about any of the other topics in the list?
What other topics are there?
I feel like the unemployment question is kind of interesting, but we'll chat find it
I
interesting.
mean, we're below full unemployment anyway. Unemployment is considered, there's considered zero employment at, like, or
Wait.
zero unemployment at about 4% unemployment.
Oh,
And right
really?
now we're at like 3.4% unemployment.
Hmm.
So we're literally below. We're literally in the negatives as far as unemployment is
More
concerned.
people are working than can possibly be working.
That's from a macroeconomic standpoint. Yes, there are currently more people working than theoretically should be working.
Negative unemployment. So many people working, we're producing more people.
The babies are working in the womb.
We're using bioreactors.
The sheer power of Trump's economy is leading to more births, and thus
This is
more
why
workers.
we have too much working. We have too much unemployment. we
Too
have so much. We have so much employment that even the fetuses are working, which is why we need abortion to make them stop working.
Oh my god.
We abort them to use them as bioreactors.
Jesus. I mean, the big issue for me when it comes to the statistic is, like, if you actually look at the BLS's report, wages are still stagnant. And it's like, okay, there's more people working, but they're still working for the same wage. So clearly, the bargaining power of the workforce is not changing. So clearly, we still have some issues that should probably be addressed, right?
Big Joe, unionize your workplace. Unionize your grocery store job.
I really want to, because these people got in trouble because, okay, so we have this guarantee that you get free chicken if
I like where this is
if
going
the-
already.
Sam,
okay, if the rotisserie chickens aren't out between like a certain during a certain time frame, to go to the register and say, hey, why aren't the chickens out? And then they'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, here, you can get a free chicken tomorrow. And so what the cashiers were doing is they were waiting for the chicken to run out on the counter, and then they would go to their other cashier friends and say, hey, can I get a coupon for a free chicken? And they're like, oh yeah, sure. And they got in trouble for that. And I'm like, well, then why does the store even have the guarantee if they're like not going to live by it?
no more free chicken. No more free chicken.
Read my lips. No more chicken coupons.
The thing is, none of the like customers know about this guarantee, because if they did know about it, they would abuse it just as much as the employees did.
Right.
The only reason the employees abused it is because they knew about it. And so it's like, why even have the guarantee if none of the customers know about the guarantee?
So essentially, this is insider trading. Essentially,
I'm calling the FCC. I'm on the phone right now, dude. I'm
your
calling
grocery
the
store
FCC.
needs to get trust busted, Joe. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
I want
The postal
to.
inspectors
They-
are on their way.
They have this rickety ladder that we use. We use this rickety ladder. This ladder is older than I am. It's probably like 30 years old, and it's like they're just waiting for it to break under someone's weight, and like what they're gonna do is eventually it will break. That's the only way they're ever going to replace this ladder, is it actually breaks. And if it breaks under someone's weight and that person gets hurt, what they're going to do is they're going to hope that they're high on marijuana or something, because they're going to give them a drug test, and if they don't pass the drug test, they fell off the ladder because it was their own fault apparently, and not because the ladder broke.
What if they fall off the ladder due to obesity?
You gotta take one for the team, Big Joe. You gotta fall off the ladder.
I have to be the one to fall off the ladder because I can't do drugs.
You are the sacrificial lamb. You understand that?
Big Joe, you're the Karl Marx. No, you're the Lenin.
The thing is, I'm too skinny to be too heavy for even like a rickety ladder. Like you could like tie together a couple twigs with some like loose tree bark and I'd be fine. But for the people who are like, you know, for the people who are like 250 pounds, it's not. There's this one guy I work with who's like, oh man. But anyways,
that's a shame. You know, as a YouTuber who works from home, I can't relate. But I sympathize with your cause. The workers have nothing to lose but their chains. Viva la revolution.
Viva la QAnon.
Viva la Trump.
Why do you guys think QAnon doesn't post about the Deutsche Bank insolvency crisis?
Because that literally just happened today. It just happened.
Well, bro, QAnon predicted it.
Yeah, they should have known about it.
Yeah, I know people that work for Deutsche Bank. I feel bad for them.
Do you?
Yeah.
Can you get me an internship?
Not if I get one first, bitch.
Fuck, bitch. You can do it both. We both get one. We can be coworkers.
Here's what you do. You go into the interview together and you tell the person interviewing you that you are convinced that you are the same person.
That's interesting.
I am two places at the same time. I have two bodies.
Why did you do like a Ben Shapiro impression when you did that?
I have no. I can't. That was by accident.
My wife is a doctor.
I don't know. Is that what Ben Shapiro sounds like? I always thought he sounded a bit more like this.
Okay, that's good.
I'm gonna put that I know how to write a FizzBuzz program on my resume, just so I can skip that question.
What even is FizzBuzz?
It's one of those things in like Fizz, Buzz, FizzBuzz, BuzzFizz. I don't remember how the fuck.
That just explained nothing to me. That was like explaining color to a blind man.
Sometimes you get reds and blues.
What is red?
Greens.
I don't know. You just see it. What is C?
You blind fuck.
Oh, you
just
know,
open your eyes.
FizzBuzz is just that interview question where you go like FizzBuzz, buzz, fizz, buzz, buzz.
What?
Like that.
It's a programming question.
No. It's like every multiple, like you need to make a program that counts to 100, but every multiple of 3, it says fizz instead of 3.
Wow.
And every multiple of 5, it says buzz. And every multiple of both, it says fizz buzz. And it's just.
Oh, what a great take from Chimichanga.
Somebody's asking.
It's amazingly simple to write, but it's like
race realism is ladies' pseudo-intellectual way to be racist while thinking you're very smart about it. Far-right bullshit to normalize it. Mainstream because centrists fall for that shit. What a fucking good take. Thank you, Chimichanga.
It's a very good take.
Cool.
That's true. That's 100% accurate.
Good takes from Chimichanga. Thank you, Chimichanga, for
Brave
your
Little
takes.
Burb is asking, what is Deutsche Bank? They are an investment bank, so they deal with assets and asset management.
After today was
yeah. Now that they've laid off like what, a couple thousand, or is it a couple? How much is it?
Look, actually,
I think
laid off 305 million workers.
How do they even have that many workers?
Is it? No, I'm joking.
Oh,
yeah, it's
I can't believe I fell for that.
That's almost the population of the United States.
18,000 jobs.
Jesus.
18,000 jobs no longer exist.
Take that, Trump.
3 million investment bankers. Wow.
Ugh. That's a shame. If I had $1 for every employee that got laid off at Deutsche Bank, I'd have $18,000. So
shut the fuck up.
That'd be good for me.
If every person who got laid off from Deutsche Bank just gave me $1,000,
you have $180,000. You could reinvest it with Deutsche Bank.
wait, if the people who got laid off from Deutsche Bank were found it in their hearts to give me, a person who does not know them,
If everyone gives me $1 right now, I'd have $7 billion.
Everyone in the audience, if
Everyone.
you know somebody that works at Deutsche Bank, tell them to give me $1. Just $1.
just tell them.
$1.
Just how's it gonna
$1 is all we ask.
Just kidding. I'm not money
be?
hungry. But
But anyways,
Yeah, no, Deutsche Bank really went tits up after 2008.
that is a shame.
I'm not money hungry, just to have a bit of a money appetite.
I'm a little bit famished. I want some coinage.
I mean, don't we all have money appetites, really, in the modern economy?
In this economy.
Segue into talking about capitalism
Ooh.
again. No, I don't know.
Nah.
Joke.
I love capitalism.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Why'd you
I
say
love
it like
E.
that? I didn't like the way you said that to me.
Because you're a neoliberal. Scum.
Would you rather trust your data with Facebook or Huawei? I would rather trust my data with Facebook.
I'd rather not, and that's why I don't use Facebook.
I deleted my Facebook, and I will never own a Huawei product.
I still have a Facebook account, but I have no posts on it. I do not have a profile picture on it, and I do not ever intend
I
to.
added
do
you
so.
on Facebook.
So,
Yeah, I
so
know.
Blixie says his brother,
No,
Gers
no, no.
of the Nick variety has a birthday today.
Well, happy birthday. Enjoy your ban, retard.
Whoa!
Yeah,
What is
preferably no language.
Oh
like
shit,
that
I
in the
said a
chat.
gamer word. Oh, I'm so sorry. I said a gamer word. I said the R one.
So you can say that, but I can't say this. That's a double
Say that
standard.
all the time.
Take that, liberal.
Say that all the time. Anyways,
The C word? Do you mean cunt or like
what crap? No.
crap? Nobody says crap.
Cheese and rice.
Cheese and rice. Will you say the N word?
No.
If you donate $200.
No, I will not say it, even for that. Give me enough money
Mike.
to save my entire career. If I fail, then I'll say it.
If
Oh
you
my
donate
crap.
Not even then, I don't want to.
$450,000.
What topic are you
Which
guys
one was
discussing?
Project?
Nothing at the
Which one
moment.
was? What was Project Veritas?
Give us a topic.
That was the organization that exposed the Cambridge Analytica scandal with Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Like thought of the thing where Elon Musk made his own
The C word is cringe compilation.
Haha. Yeah.
Can't get enough cringe. Gotta cringe every day.
It's every cringe, bro, with that
The
compilation
Disney-
flow.
Will you guys talk about vegetarians?
I mean, what's to say about him?
Ben Feingold is a vegan and a fat one at that, and I
Yeah.
don't know how you managed to be an overweight vegan.
You can
Wait,
still-
look.
you can
There's
still eat
another one of those
pasta.
accounts. Bro, look. Should I click one of these links?
No, I don't know what that is, but
Bro, there's 3 of them.
Where are
4
these-
of them. There's 4 links.
where are these coming from? This has never happened to me before.
Well, it's because we have 542 viewers right now.
That's true. But like, why would spam bots be coming in with everybody else? That's kind of weird. Don't you think?
I support the bots. I like them. I think they're the best people in the chat.
I think they're bringing some good links, some good topics. Some of them, I presume, are good people.
Where's Wiley so we can talk about neat bucks?
We need to talk about Yang, capitalism, postmodernism.
Oh shit!
Oh my
that
god,
one got
another
through.
one?
That
What?
one got through. That one got through.
What in the world is this?
Thank you. Oh man, someone give VIP to video XXX sex full.
God. That
Come on, mod.
is
Make
disgusting.
him a mod. Do people click these links? Yeah, I do all the time. I love seeing where I end up.
You know they could like steal your IP if you do that, right?
I don't give a shit. What are you gonna do with my IP?
Sell it to Chinese hackers.
Bro, my IP. I on my personal server that like I run dev shit on. I blacklisted every single East Asian like subnet mask So nobody
Cool.
from like China, India, anywhere in Southeast Asia, most of Russia, North Africa, and like pretty much all of Africa.
It's
can
all the usual
not-
suspects all the time.
It's just like anywhere that like shitty server farms are run to try to like break into shit.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, if your
Yikes.
IP, wait, no, the
Deutsche
Chinese.
Deutsche Bank.
They knew we were shit talking. Oh god, oh fuck.
Another one. Oh my god, another one!
Oh my god, ah!
Bruh.
Bro moment.
Getting through. They found a leak in our system.
They broke the firewall.
Bro,
Oh, another one. What is this?
Uh-oh.
What is this?
Oh my god, there's so many. They're getting through.
There's got to. You know what? Is there a way? I'm gonna have to go to hide selected words.
And can you do like
HTTP?
it's-
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that quick. You guys keep talking while I do that.
So here's the thing: is the Chinese can't steal your IP address if your IP address contains 06041989.
What happened on that date, Big Joe?
It's a secret firewall code. Stop making that sound. Stop making that sound.
No, it's funny.
Stop making that sound.
It's funny.
Stop making that sound. Stop making that sound. You know, it would be funny if people hadn't overdone that meme. Okay.
No, it's still
It
funny.
would have
still
been
kinda funny.
funny. It would have been funny if people hadn't ruined that beautiful joke, wonderful joke. But people
Shut
people
up.
got to it and were like, let's do it all the time now, guys. Let's do it literally every second of the day until we're tired of it. That's what they did.
Block
Congrats.
links. Here we go. Links
Thank
should be
you, guys.
blocked now. I don't know if that's gonna change anything in the chat.
I think it will. I think it'll
Hopefully.
just auto hide everything with a link.
Good. It should. That's what we want.
That's what we want.
So, anyways, the dab meme is back in style.
Which
Dab?
man? Like,
No, I'm
just dab, like just
Dabbing.
It's
Guys,
it's
dabbing's a meme again. Dude, it's postmodern dab, dude. It's a post-ironic dabbing, guys. It's so
Postmodern
great.
neo-dabism.
This is my favorite meme of 2019, dude. It's just like post-ironic Doge, except it's post-ironic dab, guys. Oh, guys, no, I'm serious, dude. If I just say post-ironic in front of a dead meme, it makes it good again, guys. Come on, you gotta believe me here. I'm an expert.
I did see that Ben Garrison got invited to the White House.
uh.
Like, have you ever seen the Chapo Trap House on like shitty conservative cartoons?
I don't watch Chapo
Like,
Trap House.
As an artist, Ben Garrison is pretty good.
Oh
I
yeah.
like how he labels everything. Like he
Yeah.
labeled a Molotov cocktail "hate" or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, his
Like,
illustrations are like good too. It's just like the content is trash.
Just dumb, like, yeah. It's just pure propaganda.
Yeah. It's full of the same like, oh, you support feminism, but you also support Islam. Ha ha ha! I double think, libtards. Like, oh, God.
You claim to
Please
be
stop.
anti-government intervention, and yet you support protectionism. I am very intelligent.
Interesting.
Interesting.
You support things I don't. Curious.
Curious.
It's interesting.
You want to change society? Yes, but you live in one. Indeed.
Interesting. How can you change what you benefit from? You can't. Gotcha.
Got him. Just tuned in. What are we talking about? That's a great fucking question, Chief.
So you want to preserve the ice caps. Well, did you know that iPhone you're using runs on ice? You know,
Every text you send a penguin gets clubbed.
Interesting. You'd like to protect your children. Interesting. That you don't want to die.
That was a very cryptic threat. Yes. I'm having a mental breakdown right now, dude. I've been having a mental breakdown for like 3 days straight.
quite curious how you don't, you want, it's bad for, bad things to happen to you, It's just it's weird.
Interesting how you don't want bad things to happen.
Is there some? I wonder if there's some ulterior motive behind that.
I wonder
live
if
in
George
a
Soros is
society.
involved.
Bro,
And
you want to
you
bet
not
this is?
wanting
I
bad
bet
things.
this is. I gotta open up the QA. I gotta go name more random shit. FEMA camps, bro. This is a FEMA camp.
Uh,
Bro, we're literally in a FEMA camp right now.
This is the FEMA camp. No. We're not in a FEMA camp. We're inside. No, there's a desktop computer inside of a FEMA camp. We are
In a simulation.
game.
Yes.
We're in
Inside.
a Sims game of that.
We're inside
that,
of a FEMA disaster simulation.
Inside the
computer.
Matrix.
in a FEMA camp.
Who is the chicken guy?
That's my good friend, Corpulent Joseph, otherwise known as Big Joe.
Joseph.
Yeah. Corpulent
Louder with
Josephus Flavius. He also has
Right.
the Maximilian Muss profile picture in the chat.
I like how if I say my own name in chat, it highlights my name for me so that I know that I mentioned myself.
Yeah, it does that for everybody. It's kind of
Yeah,
weird.
this is Tom Cruise from Top Gun. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, Tom Cruise is actually on chat right now.
You notice how
They
Tom
should
Cruise's
make-
teeth aren't aligned?
Yeah, you already told us that.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
told
that's
us
right.
that.
I told you guys that. It's
Yeah.
really weird. It fucks with my brain.
Should be a prequel to Top Gun called Low Gun.
It's just Tom Cruise battling alcoholism after his like PTSD and tour of duty in the
Oh,
Persian
it-
Gulf.
No, it's a prequel.
Oh, it's a prequel.
Can't go high until you go
Ooh.
low. So Top Gun, but it comes after Low Gun.
Wait,
So
are you guys going to
Logan.
talk about AOC being
No, no, no.
sexually threatened at the border camps?
Sexually, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I didn't hear
don't
about
know
that either.
But I know that there's like a
He's-
gross human rights violation that should probably not be happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing about, I don't think we're getting the full story from either side about
No.
what's going on.
No, I don't think we are either.
I think we will for like another 10 years. It's gonna be one of those things. Like,
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the pictures, it is pretty like disgusting.
Where
with
it's like
the-
cell capacity 41 and there's like 82 people in it. It's like,
Yeah.
hold on a second. This isn't something that happens in like the United States. Like we don't
yeah.
throw people in a prison with trauma blankets and no soap, no food, no water, no showers, no
Yeah.
bathrooms.
Yeah, it's kind of weird and screwed up. But I have to wonder on the opposing side though, just to play devil's advocate, like if we let them in, where are they gonna go? And I've never heard
Alright,
anybody ask
baby,
that question.
Let's break out the fucking labor economics memes.
No, but seriously, like first phase, they enter into a city.
Yeah.
Where are they going? What's
they
the
get a job. Well,
wait.
usually they go to the places. I mean, like there's like whole immigrant flats where like a lot of people live in one room.
Oh, that's a thing.
It's all like it's all like interconnected type shit.
Oh.
And then they work for here for a few months. Like they get smuggled across the border,
Oh.
work here for a few months, send money home, and like while living in one of those slums, in like a 1-bedroom apartment with like 10 people, and then they go back to Mexico.
So like that. I mean,
That's
that's the
usually
only
how that
question I
works.
have. Like literally, where did they
Yeah.
stay? But I didn't know that immigrant flats were a thing.
Yeah, they are. It's
Good
kind
to
of a
know.
big problem. Yeah, that's why all those ICE things, like what to do if ICE comes to your door,
Right.
like those are literally made for those. Yeah.
Right. And it is kind of sad that the abolish ICE thing is a meme because when you think about what they're doing, like, it really is kind of like a secret police in a way. And I hate to make that comparison, but it's like they do have a
Let me
bit
see your
more,
papers.
yeah, without a warrant.
Because they got in trouble for doing that. They got in trouble for doing that because they were on a bus in like El Paso or whatever, and like 3 ICE agents got on the bus and demanded to see photo ID of everyone on the bus. And
Right.
they wouldn't let it leave.
Right.
I was like, that's a blatant violation of the Fourth Amendment. You can't just walk on a bus and be
So-
like, you have brown skin, so you must be illegal. So let me see your papers, or
Right.
you're
what
not going on this bus.
happens? Yeah, what happens if you just don't have your ID on you? Like, which,
I literally don't have my ID on me because I left it in Tallahassee. I haven't had my ID on me in like 3 months.
Yeah, and see, but the counter argument then comes down to like, oh, well, does this, the Bill of Rights extend to those who aren't citizens? And
Of course,
it does. Like the Supreme Court has ruled that numerous times that it absolutely does. And I think they're trying to fight right now against the fact that being here is a criminal violation instead of a civil violation. And so that's where conservatives seem to have recourse right now, is to the criminality of the thing.
right.
I don't like is how Donald Trump during his campaign he said he would only go after criminals and like specifically not like mothers and families,
But it's like,
and that's been shown to not. That's just not true. Like,
I mean,
literally
he's still
going after all.
kind of right, though, because, I mean, under present law, those mothers and families are criminals.
No. But the way he said it, he
Oh.
said that not.
Oh, I'm
like,
gonna go after
like
the drug
actual. Yeah, that's what he said.
despite that 77% of like the world's drug traffickers are American citizens. But
Yeah.
crossing a border is a crime, and I'm not gonna get into like my views
It's a-
on the abolition of borders, but like
Well, there is a
I mean,
distinction
you
to be
shouldn't
made.
get you shouldn't be arrested and then thrown into a fucking like a 40-man cell with 81 other people.
Right, and that comes down to the jurisprudential distinction between civil law and criminal law. I mean, a civil crime is still a thing, and it used to be the case that immigrants were breaking civil law when they came into America, and they would be tried under courts that actually dealt with civil law, and I believe those would be federal courts. When they break now criminal law, local municipal courts then have the ability to actually try those immigrants then, and so that creates a federal municipal issue, and it also means not everybody is being treated the same depending on where they cross, and so that's another issue. But it also comes down to the way that type of thing can be punished. When you break a civil law, you're punished much differently than when you break a criminal law, because you're dealing with two different types of things. So that's the issue.
I have a great topic for us that I forgot that I wanted to talk about on here. Okay, so there's this lovely new paper out. So, and I'll just read the abstract and we can talk about it, because the abstract really kind of summarizes it. I've read through it.
That sounds fine.
Exposure to conservative news causes judges to impose harsher criminal sentence. Our evidence comes from instrumental variable analysis, where randomness and television positioning across localities induces exogenous variation in exposure to Fox News Channel. These treatment data on news viewership are taken to outcomes data on almost 7 million criminal sentencing decisions in the United States for the years 2005 to 2017. Higher Fox News viewership increases incarceration length, and the effect is stronger for black defendants and for drug-related crimes. The effect is observed for elected and not appointed judges, consistent with voter attitudes as a potential mechanism. The effect becomes weaker as judges get closer to elections, suggesting a diminishing marginal effect for judges who are already politically aligned.
Yeah. Well, I mean, conservatism in general is what we're all naturally predisposed to, so it doesn't surprise me that being exposed to conservative media exacerbates that predisposition. So it makes sense. I mean, in the same way, if you're exposed to more liberal media, I would expect a similar effect, but not something as extreme, I'd say. Because it is more difficult to encourage someone to be more forward-thinking as opposed to being stagnant. Because, I mean, as evolutionary creatures, we're encouraged to be stagnant and stay the same, because that's where we have our protection. So we're encouraged to conserve the status quo.
Right. I just thought it was interesting that, like, this large enough sample size exists that, like, they were able to quantify the fact that the more judges watch Fox News, the harsher their criminal sentences get, especially against black defendants.
I believe it.
Which to me, it's a problem to me that we elect judges. Is that weird? Like, I feel like that's anti-democratic of me to say, but I don't think judges should be an elected position. Like, I don't think you should get elected to be a judge.
Well, to make the story a bit more complex, I was actually looking at some other data the other day, and when you look at, of course, African Americans are still being charged for crimes disproportionately, but in terms of who's actually being sent to jail, the prison population is actually converging, and we're actually starting to see racial rates of imprisonment that are about equal. So it is getting better.
Yeah.
Overall, at a macro level. But, I mean, we elect judges because, ideally, the people that are judging the law still have to be accountable to the people's interests. It's one of those sticky situations, I think, in who is put in place versus who's elected.
I think in bigger cities, judges shouldn't be elected, but I think in like smaller communities, I don't know. I don't think I think it's all right for them to be elected because they can more understand, and they'll probably be more.
Well, I was thinking more like appointment
towards
like
the
from a
values
municipality. Like you're appointed, but you're a member of the community rather than like elections.
But it's still tough.
It's still disconnected though.
Small, municipalities can get like. I feel like there's room for corruption there, like a lot of room for corruption there, and I think
unfortunately the best system is just letting people move where they will, and letting them elect representatives in that way. Now the issue then starts to form where the way funds are allocated will affect disproportionately minority communities. So then I would say that it's just the federal government's duty to step in and say, well, we're going to subsidize that community then. Because what more can we do? How are you going to enforce that kind of...
I have no idea. Gerrymandering
integration.
is such a problem too.
Oh yeah, I have no idea. I
like how they literally couldn't argue. I was reading like briefs from the Supreme Court case on the Virginia one, where they like tried to so desperately argue that it wasn't racial gerrymandering. Like, okay, what the fuck is this then? It's like the weirdest electoral map you've ever seen. It
Yeah.
like cuts through tons of different counties and like goes down like a 1 meter path. Like,
it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. And what I hate is I just watched a video. I forget who it was from. It was from a smaller leftist YouTuber, and they showed a quote from. It wasn't Strom Thurmond, but it was somebody in that circle of influence who literally admitted to using gerrymandering and similar laws to affect minority communities in the same way that racist politicians had done before with explicit racial policies.
yeah.
So it is there, and these people have admitted to it. Yeah, it just sucks. It just sucks. I don't know why their core constituencies value this so heavily, because clearly it's happening because somebody values it. Somebody's benefiting from it, and I think the only way to solve it is to figure out who is benefiting and how they're benefiting, and then how we can put a stop to that benefit or reroute it in some way.
I have a good talking point for us. This Donald Trump tweet.
Who's paying for that tedious Smokey Bear commercial that is on all the time? Enough already. He did not actually.
Click it, bitch. It's real.
Let's go to this. Hold on. I'm gonna show it on stream.
Fuck
that-
Smokey the
Oh,
Bear.
that was 2015. No, I thought you meant like he tweeted that today, and I was
Oh,
like,
that'd be
you
weird.
realize,
That'd be really funny.
you realize that's the Department of the Interior. Like that's.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's arguing that he is educated in American affairs. He's an outsider. How could you expect him to know everything? God.
I love it. I love everything about it.
I do not.
There are still people.
Oh, speaking
who,
of that. Sorry, you can go. My bad.
There's still people who do the 4D chess argument. Like everything he does, every single
Donald
thing.
Trump
like,
is dumb as shit because he's actually playing 6D chess.
Literally every single decision he makes is just 4D chess.
It's kind of amazing how those people can be so cognitively dissonant. Like, I watched an interview on TV with him, how Tucker Carlson was discussing with him some immigration issues, and he was practically rambling. Like, he was talking about, I own property in California, it's great property, haven't had any issues, many people are working there, it's great, it's fantastic, and people said to me, you know, Trump, it's a great property. And it's like, but that has nothing to do with the question. What are you even saying?
I want to do that. If someone asks me a question, I'll just like talk about like some random facet of my life.
Like it was
Someone asked you
tangential.
basically, like in the grocery store, like, hey, which aisle is like which aisle are the legumes in? And you're like, talk about like Smash or something.
Well, my mom, we used to have a garden, and well,
You know, we're
I
doing
mean,
some great things.
it was a pretty good garden. You know,
It was a good garden. It was a great garden. I love that garden. It was
As
a
you
good
can
garden.
see, I've been involved with gardens and lagoons, so we're doing things. The process is moving, the ball is rolling. It's great. I had a great garden. It was absolutely fantastic. I am well informed, and we have great people working on the matter, and I'm so sure it's going to go through. It's like, you just
like
gave me nothing.
That's a criticism of Bernie Sanders. Is like he just talks about like
He talks in
he
platitudes.
talks about
Yeah, he
stuff
does.
in the most general sense. Like,
And I
we're
hate
gonna
that
go
shit
after the banks like,
on left
like,
Twitter
okay,
so
what happened?
fucking much. They're like, oh, this politician only talks in platitudes. Like, these politicians have shit they want. Like Harris, they were shitting on Harris, and it's like Harris is like the only person who has a fucking platform. Like Bernie Sanders is like, free college. Everyone fucking cheers.
Did you read the article on her though that dealt with? It was a Medium article, so it was just a compilation.
Yeah.
And they did this for a couple other politicians too. That just described all the shady dealing she was involved in.
Yeah,
God, that's everyone, though.
I saw a Twitter
Bernie Sanders not so much.
thing about that.
Well, if we remember, Bernie Sanders' wife bankrupted a college in like a fucking Ponzi scheme. So
Oh,
like,
really?
I mean, yeah, I mean, Bernie Sanders ain't free. Like,
God.
he ain't a good guy either. Like, you don't get to where you are, and you don't get to stay in office and do that type of shit. Like, someone was like shitting on Harris for like refusing to like gender reassignment surgery for trans inmates when like it was literally her job to argue against it. Like, it was her job to show up in court and argue against it, and she literally apologized like a couple weeks ago in an interview. She's like, you know, it was my job to do it at the time, and I apologized for what I did, but I had to.
What I really hate is when like so many politicians do this, where they like talk about how they smoked weed back when they were kids, and it's like,
Yeah, great. Good for
oh,
you.
cool. Like,
I'm so
like,
happy for you.
Bro, I
for
used
you
to
now,
shove some
like,
fat
it's,
darts. I can't wait till I'm a politician. I can talk about how I blacked out a lot my freshman year.
Honestly, I want to see a politician who comes from the media. And what I mean by that is they made their money through the media, so they didn't have to be in shady deals. They didn't have to collude with any corporations because they made their money. That's what I want to see. And they're going to have mass support and mass name recognition already, too.
YouTuber president.
It could be YouTube. It could be the music industry. I would like to see that.
Bro,
Team
Joey
Star.
Salads is running for Senate, isn't he?
Star
Yeah.
for president.
I saw that.
Wait, no. Salads 2020.
Sounds funny.
Joseph Saladino.
Oh my god. Yeah, but he's a joke. I mean, well, Clay Aiken did run for Congress, and I think he actually got elected. So,
Pie Keemstar 2020.
Kanye 2020. Yeah, where is Kanye's electoral campaign? He said he was going to
Oh
be
my-
running.
Dude, I love.
Dude, Kanye probably forgot he said that.
He probably did. He's
Or if he
writing-
did, it's like keeping him awake at night, like, God, why did I say that?
What's nice, bro? Like, I'm gonna get so much free publicity.
Yeah, it's a shame.
I think he's done with politics ever since Turning Point USA turned him into
Blexit.
like
Stop.
just turned him into a token, basically, is what they did.
Black
My name is
system.
Candace Owens, and the Holocaust was actually good.
Oh. You know, it
Candace
annoys
Owens
me.
did say that.
What?
Yeah, if we're speaking in
I mean,
platitudes,
I think
Candace
she-
Owens did say that the Holocaust was okay if it
Oh,
only went on in
Jesus.
Germany.
That's
Well, she said Hitler's aspirations were outside of Germany, therefore bad. So actually, Hitler was okay if he just stayed in Germany. Completely forgetting the fact that Hitler gassed a whole bunch of fucking people.
I think she
He
may have
missed-
just
spoke,
yeah.
but at the same time, like
It is on brand. It's on
here's the
brand.
thing-
I mean,
here's the thing,
it
though.
is.
Here's the
It
thing,
is.
though. If you're going to be like misspeaking about that, just shows. Really.
I mean, it shows how ignorant she is, I think. Which goes without saying. I mean, I was just about to say, she and, all the other talking point goons repeat the same talking points on Twitter all the time. It's just
Talking point goon. I want to be a talking point goon.
That sounds like a win. That sounds like a drill tweet.
I meant to say turning point goons, but they have talking points. Because, it's,
So Belle
That-
Delphine has herpes. That's the newest tea.
Yeah, I
So-
saw that. I saw that.
oh great.
So all the people who got the bathwater now.
That's
I
can
saw
they
that.
sue for that? They have to. They have to be able to.
Oh, you're not gonna get. That's no. They don't.
Unless there was some kind of legal disclaimer which talked about health conditions in the product, I think
Here's the
legally
thing.
they should be
Here's
able
the
to sue.
thing. Here's the thing. I don't think that stuff is actually her bathwater. Okay, big conspiracy right now.
Then they
but,
can
like,
sue for false advertising.
It's not false advertising because there is no like definition of what constitutes as bathwater.
Damn,
so,
you're right. You're right.
Bro, did she get a lawyer to
Like, she could just dip her toe in a bucket and throw that bucket into a swimming pool and call it her bathwater. Like it's
and people would still drink it?
Yeah, pathetic.
Ma'am, please, can I drink your bath water?
I can't believe people like that even exist. Like, how do you wake up and you look at
What
your
do you mean?
computer?
Bro, you've been on the internet.
But it just is still mind-boggling to me. Like, how is your life that trash that is what you have recourse to for pleasure? My God, that's just
Hold on.
sad.
I'm about to hit level 69 on Steam. Redid it, Reddit.
What are you playing?
Oh, nothing. It's just
Oh.
like my Steam profile level's about to hit 69.
Ah. Yeah, it's just a shame because those people are definitely being manipulated by people like that, and I kind of dislike people that say, "Oh, I respect the hustle, girl." Like, I don't. I really
No,
don't.
I don't respect
I
the
do.
hustle.
I do.
No, I don't.
I'm one of those people.
No, when you're knowingly making money off of other people's poor choices, I
Yeah.
do not respect the hustle.
Yep.
I do not respect people who sell drugs to addicts. I don't respect people
Okay, when you put it that way,
who like.
you're right. Yeah.
If you're profiting off of people's poor decisions knowingly,
Yeah.
I
You're
don't like that.
you yourself are immoral, and I think it's kind of terrible. But wait, somebody, Lorenzo Bertolini, has just donated €5. Thank you very much, Lorenzo. Much appreciated. He asks, have you seen that Donald Trump Photoshop with a skateboard stereo cassette duck? No, I haven't.
Oh, I've seen that.
Or stereo
I know what
cassette
he's
deck, my bad.
Tech decks?
I'll find the image. Yeah, here we go.
Is it the
Yeah.
tech
No, wait. I
deck
got you.
Donald
Shit.
Trump? I love that one.
I love this. There's one with Hitler too, and it's a great one.
Aw.
Yeah, I saw that
Oh.
one too.
Here you go, Shay. It's
Oh! Oh my god. Hold on. Jesus.
Yeah, what I don't like about people, I don't know,
here. This
In
is another
this-
epic one.
in this day and age, like the idea of business seem like
Ah,
two
that's
separate
terrible.
concepts.
I think this perfectly illustrates the live stream's mood.
Yeah, no, I'd agree.
It's like Hitler and Borman watching a kid play with tech decks.
God.
Morality and business are separate things,
And they
Like,
shouldn't
you
be.
can-
They should
you
not
can-
be.
Like you're given, it seems people will give you a free pass if what you're doing is simply for profit. And
Yeah, I don't think it should be
opposite,
that way.
I think like people should be, if you're doing something for profit, then people should probably judge you more harshly on what you're doing.
Yeah. I
Not
mean-
the other way around. Because like people about Elon Musk and how he makes his workers, give up vacation time with their family just to work, and they're like, oh well, yeah, but he has a business to run. And it's like, yeah, he has a business to run, but he doesn't have to. Like, he doesn't, it's not something he needs to do. It's not something he needs to sacrifice other people's time for.
Yeah, but it's fueling the economy and the GDP, and the wealth will trickle down. Everybody's happier.
I don't like this whole what's the word,
I don't like
this
econocentrism.
grant, like pardoning things just because they're being done for like quote unquote business reasons. Like,
Well, it's ultimately an interpersonal assumption, which argues that, well, if everybody just has more freedom to do what they want, everybody will be happier. And that assumption just isn't true.
and then the idea like that Sochan says, I would argue you should examine people with
Right.
quote unquote altruistic goals more. And the thing is, he says everyone does everything for profit, and that's not true.
It's
because
not intrinsically true.
the thing is, there's monks who go and live in monasteries and don't speak for the rest of their lives. And how is that for profit?
Right. I mean, and at the same time, you also have to think about, we are ingrained as people to need leaders and to need communities to survive. So right there, we've just established that people have to do things to survive, which are not for themselves, but which are also for the sake of the community. And then if you're talking about biological ideas like inclusive fitness as well, it actually may be better for you to sacrifice your life to save other people in your family or in your kin group, etc., because of the fact that you're related to them. So the argument from egotism is just, it falls flat in the face of what we really are as a species, I think. And that's why I dislike capitalism.
And that's why QAnon was right.
Yes.
QAnon was
Mossad.
always right. Always right.
That is why George Soros and the Bilderberg Group are collaborating in Palestine.
That's
Bob
an
the
excellent
Builder.
point.
Bob the Bilderberg.
You think Bob the Builder is Jewish?
Yo, let's not go
He's
there.
Like
I mean,
canonically? Well, just
see,
generally. Like canonically, do you think he was? Do you
Why?
think Bob the Builder has? Do
No.
you think Bob the Builder, like, did he ever have a Christmas special?
I don't like this question.
He's probably German. I just get German vibes from him.
I think he was designed
That's
as a
true.
character, like Minions, for kids, and any political questions concerning his identity are pure conjecture.
Okay.
Thank you for listening to my TED
Yeah.
Talk.
I mean, but he is.
He is.
Oh.
Where's your proof? Where's your facts and logic?
I mean,
That's what I
didn't-
thought, Big Joe. That's what I fucking thought. Liberal destroyed.
Big ho.
Big ho. Absolutely.
Don't you love it? Don't you love it when Ben Shapiro destroys his opponent by not allowing them to talk?
I love that.
And they can't talk to him, and so he destroyed them. And he throws a question at them that an answer, and he wins.
I love that.
Because the security people make them walk away from the mic before they can answer.
You can't say Shapiro without hero.
I don't know.
Why does that sound like something that would like go on a TPUSA thing or like a Young Americans for Liberty poster?
Because it's just that corny.
Stop.
Bob is Amish. That actually does make sense.
5 things liberals hate: poo poo, pee pee, poo poo, pee pee, poo poo.
The builder isn't Amish. He's not Amish. He uses a backhoe. Like
Okay, then he's fucking. What are they called? I literally almost said pescatarian.
Mennonite. You're thinking
Mennonite.
You think he's? Oh my god!
Bro, Bob the Builder is a fucking Mennonite.
Stop.
Could be. He
Oh
could
my
be.
God. I don't like this.
I've
There's
never seen
nothing-
Bob the Builder and Jesus in the same place. Fucking A, you haven't.
That's
Bob the
just.
Builder is actually Jesus.
You were wondering what Jesus looked like earlier.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Well,
while
I
you were
mean,
gone.
there are some paintings, if you look at early Christian tombs, where he actually is depicted as having relatively light skin. I actually got to see one of those tombs in person. It was really cool. It was in Rome.
Dope.
When I was in Rome.
Like,
So,
are there like pictures from people who knew what he looked like?
I mean, it's about a generation after what he looked like that that one
Wow.
tomb was constructed. So I imagine it was probably pretty close, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like, white skin couldn't have bled through that quick, right? Right? I want to hope so.
So, Sonny, I want to tell you about this great guy I knew named Jesus. He was white, right, Dad? He was white? Yeah.
Yes, son.
I'll draw him like that. I'll draw him like that. When you're dead, I'll draw him like that.
Yeah, I hope that's not what happened.
No. That'd be funny.
It'd be actually kind of sick, the depths that the human race goes to preserve its own identity. Oh, jeez.
Immediate whitewash.
Oh,
Imagine. Oh, it's like that. It's like that one meme where they have what's his name? Oh shoot, what's that actor's name? The guy who played in
and what?
what was that movie called that he played in? Oh my god.
The actor that played in that movie.
2049. Blade Runner 2049.
Oh.
Who's that?
Oh, him. Looked
What's
like
his
our
name?
one. Looked like our one
Yeah,
geometry
yeah.
teacher.
Passion of the Christ. Are we still?
Oh,
Oh, we're thinking of Ryan Gosling.
Yes.
Yeah, no, there's this meme. There's this meme where it's like Ryan Gosling plays as Martin Luther King Jr.
Bro, Passion of the Christ 2 is coming.
no way.
Yeah. I'm not kidding. This isn't a joke. Passion of the Christ 2 is legitimately coming.
What's it gonna be about?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it'll be about Acts, but that's still a bizarre name for it.
It's not. Yeah, that's not part of the Passion.
Passion
though,
of the
so-
Christ 2 Resurrection.
When is Bible 2 coming? No, I guess the Mormons have that. Bible 3. When is Bible 3 coming?
Isn't that the Quran? Isn't that
Bible Well,
3?
Okay, I guess the
Bible-
Quran is Bible 2. And then
Well, no,
Mormonism.
Bible 1. Well, the sequel, the prequel to the Bible was the Torah.
Well, the Torah was just the first 5 books. So that's Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, and Numbers.
So
But-
it's like
if you're counting the wisdom literature and you're counting, the prophetic literature as well, then you have the Hebrew Bible.
I can assure you, I don't know what the fuck that means.
Like Song of Songs, Psalms, Proverbs.
It's like the shit you kind of like groan in church.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Psalms is pretty lit. I like it. Proverbs is pretty good too. Like, there's some actually like pretty good literature in there. Oh my god, Ecclesiastes, incredible book, highly recommended. It's literally just like Nietzsche, but thousands of years ago. It's really good.
Yeah. Jordan Peterson, but 1,000 years ago.
Yeah. No, more like everything is meaningless. So.
I love it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It inspired me to die.
Inspired me to go on a suicidal spiral.
Yeah.
Everything is meaningless, so turn towards God or something like that.
I don't know, Big Joe. You're a resident Catholic. What do you have to say?
Armadillo. Well, the thing is, everything in this life is basically nothing compared to the next life. So caring too much about the things you get on this earth is like
Sinful.
exactly. So like
I can dig it. I can dig it.
and that's kind of where the idea of like that there's kind of a nihilistic attitude going on there, but not completely, because it's not like nothing matters, but it's like pretty much everything you experience almost doesn't really matter. I mean, kind of matters, but not too much. I don't know how to explain it.
On a side note, Jacob Finch wants the Bible straight to DVD. Thank you, Jacob Finch, for your donation. Much appreciated.
The Bible straight to DVD is the Mormon Bible.
Yeah. That straight to Christian bookshelves in Barnes & Noble. Pretty much.
Oh man. There are some decent movies in the bargain bin sometimes.
There are. And you'll see like some high quality like early 2000s movies that like would have been in a blockbuster because they were good, but it's like nobody remembers them. So
No one buys Blu-ray anymore.
Yeah.
I found the entire
Netflix. So
the entire Das Boot, like the original release of like it's like 6 or 7 hours long, because it was like a mini series in the bargain bin at Best Buy for $1.
what's the Das Boot?
Das Boot? It's like the submarine movie.
Das Boot.
Yeah, but it was originally like a TV show, so it's like 7 hours long. But for the theatrical release, they cut it down to 3, so it's like a lot more suspenseful in the mini series.
for the Red October.
The Hunt for
That's the
Red
only submarine
Russians.
movie I know. That's basically what it. That's kind of close.
Interesting.
I'm gonna
I
prove this
haven't-
comment, but I don't know
I
what it
haven't
means.
seen that movie in
Wait, why
a
did you
really
allow that
long
one?
time.
I don't know.
I'm removing it.
No, don't do it.
No, I don't want that in the chat. No.
Oh, I didn't get to see it.
It was just a bunch of FCGs.
It was just keyboard mashing.
No, he was a real person now. Whether he was the Son of God is left to your fate. Is someone saying that Jesus was not a real person?
I guess somebody set it up top some more.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's the thing why he's a real person, like 100% confirmed.
Big Joe's gonna choke slam some atheists.
Okay,
right now.
so the reason why we know is that we have 2 historians who wrote about him, and these 2 historians have no relation to each other.
Yeah.
There, that's it. Like that's all the proof you need.
I think we also have some letters from some Roman consuls which mention
you have that too.
information which is very, very much indicative of Jesus. Yeah. Pretty crazy. You guys ever seen The Man from Earth? I think that's what it's called.
Seen plenty of Men from Earth, but
Shut. Yeah, it's a movie where the guy is literally he's just talking and he just has a bunch of people in the room. So like it's literally all in one room and there's no scene changes or anything, and it's just one big discussion. And at the end, you guys care if I spoil it?
No, I don't care.
oh, I'm probably not gonna watch it.
Okay, spoilers for anybody that wants to see it. At the end, you find out he's actually Jesus. Because he was this Neanderthal that had like, or not Neanderthal, he was the other Homo sapien, us, of course, who like had this odd genetic mutation where he just couldn't die and he couldn't be harmed. So he was like every major historical religious figure, and like it pretty much advocated for the entire hypothesis that Jesus, during his absent period in the Bible, like went to India and learned some kind of Hinduism, Buddhism there, and brought it back and meshed it with Judaism. And that's why his dogmas are so different.
Theories that, like, you know, he went to the Americas because they have, I guess,
what the Mormons
similar.
say.
They have like similar figures though.
Yeah, heavily doubtful.
But I don't know. I never researched it, but I've heard about that.
I think the hypothesis that Abraham is actually from India is really interesting, because if Jesus went to India too, that would come to how could I say it? It would give credence
the continuity. The continuity would be there.
It'd be really interesting.
Actually, like travel down kind of towards that region.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
They ever go into India, but they get like close to the border of it, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they're definitely close, and it would be extremely plausible, I think, that Abraham migrated from northern India.
I mean, they would have definitely met like travelers from India, I think.
Of course.
Yeah.
The real question, though, is like, did Yahweh, like the concept of Yahweh, come from India in that case, or is it, as some scholars have suggested, the outgrowth of a Canaanite war god? That's what a lot of other scholars say as well. Or did the two just mesh together in some way?
I don't know. I haven't researched that at all.
I was gonna say, I'm so fucking like, yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting. Somebody just asked, or Medium D asked, how are there so many viewers but so few comments? I was thinking the same thing. Don't the comments seem pretty sparse for how many viewers there are?
Yeah, I don't know.
Are there 1,000 viewers?
Almost, yeah. I think it's because this is just us talking, and when most people
just-
listen to a
yeah.
podcast type of thing, they don't really want to engage.
I haven't refreshed the page at all. Maybe like 500 of them are like the bots who are just
Maybe.
spamming their, trying and failing to spam their messages.
I think we'd still see the messages coming through, or I would at least, but I'd see them as hidden. I mean, I'm not
Yes,
seeing any.
Yeah, so would I.
Oh, somebody just said time to spam the chat. Let's see how many people are actually going to message.
Oh,
Spam the chat,
poggers.
guys. Smash that motherfucking chat button, boys. Let's go.
Pepe laugh, guys.
I'm just cooking. What you cooking?
Good looking.
Good
Guys,
looking.
it's like Twitch, guys.
His name is Jesus Did Molly. That's fucking good. I like that. Brum.
I like that too.
Jesus smoked peyote.
Did you know in, what is it called? New Age thinking, I learned this from spirit science. Those people think that Jesus and Mary had what's called celestial sex in the spiritual realm. And they conceived Jesus in the spiritual realms. That's how they account for the not the Immaculate Conception, but Jesus' conception that being spiritual. And as a result, Jesus is a spiritual person in body and soul. And that's how that happened, apparently.
Yeah, that's
pretty interesting.
That's not Catholic dogma, but
No, I'm saying that's what New Age people think, or at least some of them. I don't know.
yeah, I don't.
So Joseph had that.
I feel like I don't see where that's coming from. I think that's just like
That guy
like
that
you're
runs
just
it.
making up random stuff at this point. Like it's just weird.
Yeah, no, the guy that runs it gets like most of his teachings from this one guy called Drunvalo Melchizedek, who like allegedly is in communication with Thoth, the ancient Egyptian god.
Okay.
Similar BS Edward Casey situation. Complete crap.
These are a lot of Hebrew names coming at me.
Oh, sorry. No, Drunvalo Melchizedek is like a guy that's alive, but he just picked a really
Okay.
Hebrew name to sound more credible.
Turn that
from the
poop
Bible.
into
See,
wine.
El Gran Hoya Bembe.
L. Ron Hubbard was a black man. His real name was L. Ron Hoya Bembe.
Turn that poop into
Poop
what?
into
Turn
what?
that poop. Oh my god. Eric Andre is hilarious.
Eric Andre is hilarious. I'm so blowed because I was really sick, but Hannibal came to my university and like did a free comedy show. I'm so mad I didn't go. I was so
I thought
sick.
he went to jail.
What, Hannibal?
Yeah.
Never heard of
I
him.
mean, he
That
went.
was in the news a while ago. He's, like,
Well,
got
that was
arrested.
after our university. He went to Miami, got really fucked up, and then
Yikes.
got arrested.
That is a shame. Big shame.
Legalized ranch.
Dude, ranch it up.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
love.
I love. You
Oh,
know?
sorry.
Do you know Sherdley's? I love that guy. That
No,
guy's
who's
funny.
that?
Bro, we're about to hit 1,000 viewers.
It's lit.
CHERDLEY.
Sherd. CHLEYS.
CHERDLEY.
Oh, he's a YouTuber.
Sherdley's. Yeah.
Oh, he's like one of those Gus Johnson types. Oh, he's even gotten featured here.
No, he's not. I think. Well, yeah, I guess he's similar to Gus Johnson, except he stays more in character than Gus Johnson. Gus Johnson, like, on Twitter and stuff, is really out of character and like talks about things he seriously considers. So.
Yeah. I like these types of YouTubers. Very meta, I would say.
I don't. I just
Last
think they're
stream-
funny.
There was only 78 viewers. Yeah, that's because we're fucking blowing up.
It's also because I picked a good time to stream, and I got 30,000 subscribers from the pop music video. So I imagine a lot of those people are very active on YouTube, and they are tuning in.
They're tuning in. We love you.
Yes, thank
Thank
you very much for everybody tuning in. Also, I put a Q&A in the description, and I also have question and answer on screen. So I think a lot of people stayed because they know exactly what this is, and they know they can
And
ask
my
questions.
YouTube channel. My
Yeah.
YouTube channel is also in the description. Please subscribe to me. youtube.com/c/pretzel.sz.
Aaron Fairchild, thank you very much. $5 donation. I like your videos and stuff. Thank you very much for the donation. Very much appreciated.
We love you, Aaron
We
Fairchild.
do. We do. Very much.
We appreciate you.
All donations are appreciated. If you want us to talk about something a
Yeah,
lot,
donate.
yeah.
Donate. Ask a question in chat that we engage with. Hey, we just broke 1,000 viewers. Happy fucking birthday, everybody.
I only see 993 over here.
Oh,
I saw 1K. I saw 1K.
Crazy. I guess mine will
You
go up in a little bit.
Blarfs cease and desist. Who's Blarf?
Ooh. Wouldn't Adam and Eve only be aware that disobeying God and eating the apple was bad after eating the apple? Yes and no. No, because they were
No.
given the explicit command in the Bible not to eat from the tree of knowledge and good and evil. So they knew that God didn't want them to do it.
Yeah.
It's a shame. It is a big shame.
Big shame, everybody. Captain Kristen. No, I don't know who that is.
Taha.
Any tips on academic research? Pick a topic. Go to Wikipedia. Glance over the Wikipedia article on the academic topic you want to research.
Yeah.
Find something more specific. Go to a library.
If you're in university, use Statista, use your databases.
They have like the bottom of the page. They have sources. So
Yeah, there's like farther reading and shit you can do.
If you're
What
into
are-
classical literature, Google it. You'll find it. It's online. Is that easy?
Yeah. Google Scholar is good.
Scholar
Yeah,
exists,
Google Scholar's great.
so.
What are your religions? Big Joe, what is your
I'm-
religion?
Catholic.
I practice Catholicism, but I don't really believe in it.
I don't practice anything, actually. I am an atheist.
That's why you're not good at anything, because you never practiced it.
Fuck.
You need to practice believing in God to actually believe in God.
I mean, technically, yes.
Yeah,
that
you
is-
do, actually.
That is true.
I mean, that is how that works, isn't it?
It is. The power of habit, as Aristotle would say.
Have
Bro.
we already talked about Stranger Things season 3?
Yeah.
Yes. I didn't watch it, and I'm not going to.
I'm
That's
an
what I said
atheist
about it.
gamer. Let me tip my fucking fedora. Fuck you, Daniel.
And
Someone
I
just
said
messaged me.
pretty much it's just not as good as the first season. Marginally better. Or, I'm about to say a little bit worse than the second season, but
I haven't actually seen it. I've never watched Stranger Things.
Ralph
You ever see?
Lauren.
Wait, did you
good.
guys
It's
see?
good.
That's a good. That's a good kind of a funny meme we can talk about briefly. Do you see that like they promised to tone down the amount of smoking
Oh,
in Stranger
yeah.
Things?
That is
But, like,
ridiculous.
They have a TV show that's literally dedicated to like a teenage girl killing herself graphically in a bathtub to get revenge on people who like called her fat or something.
Yeah, I mean, who is
Yeah.
complaining about smoking? Like, really? That is what Netflix got complaints about. I have never heard of somebody being that sensitive. I've never met somebody that sensitive.
I mean, here's the thing: is like people aren't that sensitive in general, but some people get really sensitive about specific things, and that's one of them.
But what? But why?
I don't know.
Thank you,
'cause they have
Kiki, for your
nothing better
$2
to do.
donation, and also for becoming a patron. Very much appreciated.
We love you.
Netflix is being for kids. I remember the 4 kids memes. Oh my gosh, I love those.
Yeah.
I remember I saw like Mario 4 kids, and like it was the worst YouTube video ever, and they erased all the lava in like Bowser's castle and made it flowers and something. It was it was just a terrible YouTube poop, and it was like
Everything on Google Scholar costs money to see. Is there an alternative? Well, the alternative is going to university.
Yes. Also,
Uh,
if you have a library in your area, get a library card. Most libraries will give you access to certain databases. I have what's called a free library in my area, in my state actually. Anybody in my state can register for it. I think most states have these. All you need to do is put in your information, and you'll get a library card, and you can get access. Like, I have access to Lynda entirely for free. That's just one database that I have access to. I'm sure some libraries have access to JSTOR, and JSTOR is, second to none in databases and what you can access. So, something you can do that way.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, if you're in university, your university has stuff.
It's because we're
Isn't-
view botting the stream. That's why.
Yeah.
isn't that a result of the ban on cigarette ads? But the ban on cigarette ads doesn't ban cigarettes.
It's been around
in
since the
media.
19,
Yeah.
Right, that
1990s.
just means you can't advertise them
Yeah.
or anywhere that's not like a storefront. Yeah.
Also, I mean, aren't there some laws against smoking on TV? Isn't that a thing?
I have no idea. Maybe on cable.
Yeah,
Yep.
that sounds about right.
I have no fucking clue.
Because I remember when I used to watch The Twilight Zone, Rod Serling would always be smoking on TV, and I vaguely remember my parents saying something like, oh, they couldn't do that anymore. But, like, of course, these were reruns on Sci-Fi, which wasn't cable then, so.
Yeah.
I was watching a movie yesterday. What I did.
What'd you say, Big Joe? You cut out.
Said I was watching a movie yesterday. Forget what it was called, like the Royal Somethings. Emily.
The Royal Somethings. Interesting.
I don't remember. I didn't even watch the whole movie because I had to go to work, but that's what happened. What about Post Malone? I mean, the fact that we're in a Post Malone era is just kind of a
I think we need to go back to Malone. This Post Malone is just... It's just not doing it for me. Pre-Malone, it's alright. But I think once we got to Malone, that was just... I think, it really happened in the 50s. And with Reagan, Post Malone really just... It just took off.
shout outs to Ryan McGuire for getting the name of the movie correct.
Oh, the Royal Tannenbaums?
Yeah.
Oh, by Wes Anderson.
There's like Ben Stiller and like all these really good actors in it.
I love Ben, or not Ben
Wes
Stiller.
Anderson.
I love Wes Anderson. Fuck. I almost slipped up there.
The Grand Budapest Hotel is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Fantastic
I
Mr.
like
Fox.
that
is
movie.
such a
Oh,
fun-
yeah.
So is Isle of Dogs.
Of course.
Grand Budapest Hotel. They're all so good, dude. They're all so fucking good.
Of course, you'd say Fantastic Mr. Fox first.
Yo, fuck off.
God damn.
Stop.
I love that. I love that
Stop
movie
it now.
before it. I love that movie before.
Whoa,
Okay.
Stop now. Oh my gosh. Stop now.
God damn it.
God
Yeah.
damn it,
Thing-
Bobby.
I don't think Molly was a thing when Jesus was alive, so I don't think it is correct to say.
You
Jesus
probably
was
smoked some
Molly.
peyote though.
Peyote was in North America, though. I don't know if they had that. I mean, I'm
sure
certainly.
there's some hallucinogenic thing.
Yeah, they probably had something.
Mm.
Deadland Placebo says this is really boring. Well, give us something to talk about. We exhausted everything.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Deadland.
Yeah, when we're
Eat
bored,
my ass.
we put it on the viewer. It's the viewer's fault. That's what it is.
Clean your room.
Clean your fucking. Wash your dick.
Oh,
What would make this stream more
Sheesh.
exciting is if I put this clip on my tongue. Would you like that, Deadland
Yes,
Placebo?
I would do it. I want it.
Yeah.
Clip tongue Joe.
That hurt.
Lit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That ew. I should not have put
Minecraft.
that on my mouth, but whatever.
people. Okay,
I
I do have Minecraft in the description, so.
Oh my fucking god, dude! The fucking shit you said in in your server when someone's like, "Someone should get shit on SMP Live," and you go, "No, the fuck they don't."
Yeah, no, thank you. That's gonna be a no from me.
No, the
No,
fuck they don't.
I don't like Minecraft.
Yeah, me neither. Good
I
on
think
the
it's
people that
fun.
enjoy it. Good for them. I ain't one of them.
I think it's fun, but yeah, I don't like.
Played it too much as a kid to enjoy it at all right now.
Same, I agree. I
I
played it like so much.
no.
There's literally nothing more for me to do in that game that I haven't already done. Like, and you might say, "Oh, well, they updated it." Well, yeah, but like, I'm not going to do any. Like, they didn't. I'm not going to do anything vastly different. Like, it's just.
Jeremiah.
Oh,
What's up?
Jeremiah's in the chat.
Type.
What's up, Jeremiah? Yeah, it's because I put it in his Discord.
Everyone, check
Lit.
out Jeremiah makes music, and he's.
Yeah, he's on Spotify. Look him up. Grave Hours.
Grave Hours on Spotify. Grave Hours on SoundCloud.
Yep.
Grave Hours on Twitter.
Yeah. I got to meet him in person. Actually, it's pretty cool.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because he lives with fucking Anthony now.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I have videos of the whole thing too.
Dope.
I was gonna put them on my second channel, but I just have not gotten around to editing them.
I really don't like about like Reddit culture, I guess, is like they all like rally around Minecraft, and then they all hate on Fortnite. Like they weren't just playing Fortnite a year ago to no end. It's weird. I don't like the idea of bullying kids because they play Fortnite, but like they do it. And it's...
I don't see any intrinsic value in games like that. I mean, if you want to talk about social utility and bringing people together, sure, whatever, that's fine.
It's the only reason I ever played Fortnite was just like for purposes with talking to friends because they played it, so I wanted to have something to talk about with them.
I played Fortnite once with a dual queue with my friend. We won the game. It was really boring.
I played it at university because everybody else played it, but I didn't consistently do it. I just did it because like, oh yeah, anybody else want to play? I was like, yeah, sure, fuck it.
That's me in Smash. Like,
didn't
I don't,
enjoy
I don't
it.
follow it. I
No,
don't follow
Smash
it.
is lit. I love Smash.
Smash is fun as fuck, but like I don't play it on my own time. Like I'm not gonna borrow a Switch or whatever to play it. But like if I'm at like a party or whatever, it's like, hey, you want to play Smash? We're like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Smash Brothers really isn't fun after you've played it for like hours. And I know because I've played it for like I played Smash Brothers 4 for like a year, and that was bad. I should not have done that.
Medium D
didn't-
Speaks has just donated $2, and he asks, could you evaluate the editing on my Little Nas X video? Do we want to do that? I mean, I guess we have to.
Sure.
Ooh, it's
Yeah.
18 minutes long.
We have to now.
18 minutes long.
We'll edit. We'll write a commentary for you. I'll give you notes.
Well, I mean, shouldn't we do it live? I
Yeah,
mean, we don't have to watch the whole thing.
We'll skip ahead. Right,
yeah.
watch it at 4 times speed.
I'll go to the middle of it and I'll put it on screen, and we can watch it that way.
Do you have a highlight reel?
Oh my god, shut up. Okay.
We should add Jeremiah to this.
Kind of sound we get from hundreds of SoundCloud
Really?
and mainstream artists
Hold on,
alike.
be
The
quiet.
kind that wouldn't really make Lil Nas X stand out at all. It really
Oh, wait,
didn't seem
hold
like
on.
he would.
Let me share my screen with you guys.
Yeah.
thank you.
Let me go to
Otherwise,
s-
we're gonna be delayed.
Yeah, let me go with the standby. Oh hell. And then Okay. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Christ, dude, you have so many ads. Good God, dude,
Stop.
clear your notifications, bro.
Would have had
Chill.
the idea to
Damn.
make such an
Okay.
ambitious crossover out of the blue considering his track record at the time. Enter Red Dead Redemption 2. If you were following Old Town Road's
Okay.
story from the beginning, odds are
think
your
it's
first
good.
exposure
I'm-
to
Yeah,
it
it
was
looks
as
good
the
so far.
backing track for a compilation of Red Dead
It
I'm
doesn't
Redemption 2
like.
gameplay.
I'm
The
impressed.
game was
I don't know
big
what that
and
means
still
to you
is
because
now
I'm not really a
wildly
video
popular.
editor, but
Just to give you an idea, this game
I
came
only
out in
video edit
October
for money,
2018,
so-
and while it has an
Yeah, no, this is
unparalleled
good.
level of detail and one of the best storylines of any game
I
I've
wouldn't be
ever
able to do
played,
this.
most games
No,
would
he says
run
go
their
forward a
course
bit.
difficult.
Okay.
Another benefit of the song's short, memorable, and
Yeah, it's not bad.
repetitive
I mean,
country overtones allow you to
the
grow
background
music
being
not
static,
being
I think, is a
able
little
to
bit
be anywhere near as
boring in my
influential
opinion.
as it
But other than that,
already
it's not
is in
bad.
culture. TikTok.
I
Now,
guess
if
that was a bit
somehow
better.
you aren't
I
aware
would say you need to use high resolution images.
In late 2018, the popular lip
Chromatic
sync
aberration,
music
so
video
hot right
purchased
now.
by the
Yeah,
Chinese
you should have
company
turned that chromatic aberration down a little bit.
restructured as
Like
TikTok,
that morph
moving
animation was
away
really
from
cool
the
though.
lip-sync-only and child-dominated image that had come to
Point
define
three,
the
point
app.
three, brother,
ByteDance
that's the
spent
key.
a fortune making sure every
Yeah, this
ad
is
on
good.
YouTube for several
2 minutes
months was one
ahead.
for their ad. So people started to wonder, was this billboard saying that the song wasn't country enough, or that it wasn't white enough? This controversy, however, shockingly
he meant move back.
wasn't a harsh one, as it was
Yeah,
a
Go to the
fun and
beginning.
silly song, and all it did was
Oh,
push the song further
bruh.
and further up, not just the hip hop
So
charts,
about here.
Bro,
we're just gonna end up watching the whole video, but like out of order.
Yeah,
Ooh,
no,
is
this
that
is it's
the
not
plug?
bad.
would have spawned quite a few. And seeing
I
as
mean,
how
I think with
quickly
time
music
you'll
evolves,
gradually
it's pretty clear that this is gonna go way
see,
further
you
than
know,
just
what looks
listening
good
to
and what
Gucci
doesn't.
Gang
I
in
mean,
alphabetical order,
everybody's got to start
which
somewhere. Like
many
it's a good base.
sometimes have
I'll say that.
trouble admitting. At some point, he started to make the music itself the meme. Now, where exactly this started is anyone's guess, as
Watching like a
comedy music
Tarantino film,
varies
yeah,
from
pretty
genre
much,
to
right?
genre. Obviously, meme music is totally distinct
Yeah, like
from
this
comedy
layout,
music
really
from the
good.
likes of The Lonely Island or Bo Burnham, but that doesn't mean that comedy music can't spawn memes.
It's a beautiful video.
Now, at this point,
We
should
love this
probably
video.
differentiate between
It's a
when
great
something is
video.
meme
Good
music and when
graphics.
we have a meme
Very
about
good person. I love the guy.
this Drake format,
Very good
a meme
overall.
about music.
Great
Bitch
big
lasagna,
beautiful video.
meme music. So let's talk
Shut
about
up.
PewDiePie versus T-Series
Perfect for a
second.
southern
I've
border.
actually been wanting to talk about this
So one of the things
episode.
I'd say is some of these pictures are a bit too zoomed in, so I'm not a fan of that.
It's the perfect time. The song's Bitch Lasagna and Congratulations.
It does get a bit
both
too barren at
songs
times
spawned
for my
the larger
taste, but I don't know.
subscriber PewDiePie.
Different people like different.
you- over-edit.
Yeah, I know.
You have to
It's
be in on the
definitely
joke
enough
fully
to like
appreciate
keep
the
people's
songs.
attention.
Yeah,
Here's where we go
yeah.
back to Old Town Road. Old Town Road falls into a sort of
I'd say
third
if you use high resolution images,
itself became a meme. The song
that's
itself
just
has
the
been
foremost
broken
thing you can do.
down
Like
by
that
video
animation right there,
music
that was
video
cool.
and
That was
does
good.
seem to have some real
I like that.
behind it, but when looking at all the factors
But
surrounding
like it
Old Town
looks.
Road
What am I? I have this set at 1080p, but this video looks like
starts
it's
to really look like
360 or
music that
something.
was made as a
Uh,
meme with that meaning
If you're gonna be in
added.
1080p,
Fact,
use
if
the
you
whole
listen to
1080p,
any
man.
previous effort by Lil Nas X,
Edit it
you
4K,
immediately
downscaled
understand why he
1080p.
became
Yeah, like
Pro
this
tips
this
of
stuff is cool. I like
all
that.
his previous work sound like very standard trap music, the kind of sound we get from hundreds of sound.
Yeah, that was cool.
Artists alike.
That's a good
The kind that
transition.
wouldn't really make Lil Nas X stand out at all.
Yeah, I like
It
that
really didn't
transition.
seem
That was
like he
good.
would have had the idea to
Yeah.
make such an
Overall,
ambitious
I mean, I think that's
crossover
enough
out
to
of
evaluate this video's editing. I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
It's good. Good editing.
Yeah, not bad at all.
But I'm gonna change my mind and say hated the entire thing. But
Whack. Do we want Jeremiah on?
Yeah, it's fucking Adam.
yeah, because we're running out of things.
We're
to
running
talk
out of things to talk about. I think
We
we're
need
wrapping
another-
to a close here, so I think
about. Another person to run out of things to talk about with us.
Okay.
so. If we just pop Jeremiah in here for a bit and then end it, I think we'll have
Yeah.
a successful stream.
Does somebody want to add? It?
Just have him come in, say hi, and then
Just
all right,
leave.
stream over.
Hey, what's up? Ba-doom.
Now talk about abortions. We've
But
talked about abortions
Let's see.
so much.
Can
I'm tired of
I?
talking about
Oh, that makes
abortions.
things
Here, I-
even bigger. That's
I
not.
added him.
I know. I just want to make sure the sizing is right. I'll have to be good enough. Whatever.
Bro said I could come on as the outro.
Bet. Pick
Talk
up.
about Gary's mod. Oh my.
Who?
I just
Gary's mod is actually
downloaded
sick.
I downloaded Gary's mod and I got immediately tired of it because I would have to download so many other games that I just don't feel like
Gary's
downloading
mod is
just
so
for it
fun,
to
dude.
work. Just for it to work though. And it's like I want to play it with Trace D, but he's like
Getting like 4 or 5 of your friends and doing like a horror whatever, where like one person's the monster. It's the funniest shit ever because one of my friends did like fucking Garfield as the monster. I did Kermit the Frog. Like, it's just like you do really dumb shit in Gary's mod. It's a lot of fun.
It seems like it would be really interesting to use for like source filmmaker stuff, but other than that, I'm just not into that kind of thing. It do be that way.
This is my 5th piece of gum on stream.
Whack.
Mm.
Whack.
I'm addicted to chewing gum.
Crazy.
Brazy. It'd be that way.
Wait, why did he? Damn, he didn't pick up. Now he's offline. That is.
Well, he's probably switching. He's probably switching from his phone to his computer.
Fair enough.
no.
You're really gonna sleep on Jeremiah like that? You know him.
No,
Jeremiah?
no. No forgiveness. Zero tolerance policy.
Where are your shirts?
Forgiveness for none. Yeah. Chat. What should we talk about? Give us
Give us
something.
something good. Don't talk about shit we've already talked about like 30 times.
Yeah. Also, if it's in the
on-
description, we've probably already talked about it, at least in some way.
On Roboblox.
No.
I don't think that's a thing.
And that somebody literally just recommended Roblox. Okay.
That was the guy who recommended Gary's mod.
I don't
Alright,
play games.
Jeremiah's online.
I'm not a gamer.
This is a no gamer stream. No gamers are allowed
Yes.
in this stream.
Ooh, leaks on the next anime video. I am nowhere even near even beginning it. So,
I have his whole script, guys.
no.
If you PayPal, well, if you donate $10, I'll leak it.
I haven't even watched all the movies I want to watch to make the video. I'm like
Oh.
3 out of 15 in.
What's the Patreon? What's the Patreon goal for you to do the entire video in a Bernie Sanders voice?
$500. This is Mr. Amazing. Thanks for watching. Just like those bankers on Wall Street.
Geopolitics of the MENA region. I would rather kill myself than talk about MENA politics. Thank you.
What is MENA?
Middle East, North Africa.
Oh. That is the biggest hodgepodge of electric powder keg garbage that I've ever had the displeasure of having to encounter. And it will continue to be that way for the rest of my life.
Hello, Jeremiah.
Don't talk
Welcome.
about Jeremiah like that. Like,
Whoa!
like as soon as he joins in, you just go on. You just said the
Go
most
off.
horrible insult.
The geopolitics, bro. Not the people. People are great. I love Islam.
Opinion on Hong Kong Fooey. Love that TV. I love that cartoon. Where
Hong
he's the
Kong
dog,
Fooey. Number one. Dum, da, da.
dog that lives in like he dresses up in like a filing cabinet or something.
Yeah. Hanna-Barbera had some whack shows back in the day.
Yo.
Jeremiah.
What's good?
Hey.
Nothing. What's good with you?
Type.
Type. Bro,
Bernie Sanders
I don't
kid
even remember
show.
falling asleep. I was falling asleep to some video talking about industry plans.
Bill
Hell yeah.
Eilish.
But yeah.
I mean,
Now you're here.
Crazy.
Welcome.
no one knew what an industry plant was until Billie Eilish became popular.
Yeah, aren't most people like in the industry plants in some way?
Yeah, because the music industry chooses who the fuck they prop up as far as amateur artists are concerned.
Yeah.
Industry
Yeah.
plants versus industry zombies.
Da.
But
Got
it's
'em.
like,
Industry. I don't.
it's like industry plans like to a degree because like there's like people that like a label will pick up and then like they'll get really popular and then there's people who the label controls like entirely. You
Right.
know? Because it's a bunch of businessmen in suits and they think, oh, this is what the millennials like or whatever.
Yes.
Oh, this is the dude from the Yes. I'm the.
I love
forgot
you.
what I said. I love
And
your
they're
next
right.
video, dude.
I mean, isn't that like most artists anyway? I mean, Ariana Grande was definitely propped up because she was exploitable by the industry. Like,
I love.
Yeah.
I love the
honestly.
Ariana Grande memes. Like, oh man, there was one where like it's just a microwave sound and it's just pictures of her transitioning from like getting darker and darker until like she's fully black and it just starts beeping.
Oh my god.
uh, yeah, I'm not a fan. I have to say, her music's not bad, but I don't get the hype. I don't get it. I just don't
You gotta
get
be
it.
a certain kind of person.
I don't get the skin tone thing. Like, why? Like,
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Cultural
Didn't
appropriation.
didn't she also adopt like Ebonics type shit? Like
Wouldn't be surprised.
He
I saw a
kinda sounds
TMZ thing
like
that
a
she's.
shorts gamer. I can't believe that shit.
You sound nothing like him.
Why don't you?
Hi,
just call me like a
guys.
bitch, too?
Comedy Shots Gamer here.
I don't even, bro. Don't know what's on pick for myself. Any recommendations for heavy metal or rock? I don't know. Listen to Slipknot or something.
Vine is on a fish fillet. German band.
Black
Good
Veil
shit.
Brides. Papa
Black Veil
Roach.
Brides is also screamo, but not very heavy metal.
Or ZZK. ZXK.
ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
Michael Jackson, who?
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson did not purposely change his skin tone, though.
Yeah.
Like that was a skin condition.
I mean, arguably he did get lighter over time, which is kind of weird. I
But
don't know.
now it's cool to do the opposite.
Yeah.
To get blacker.
Kind of weird how like
Yeah.
doing either one can be indicative of racism. No matter what you do, it's still racist in some way. Because people argue that Michael Jackson had
Michael-
internalized white supremacy.
That's okay. That's
That's a good take. Woke. I like it.
That's a hot take.
I've heard people say that, like not even as a joke.
yeah. You've heard people say it, but like,
I've also heard
Wow.
Big Joe say some really weird things.
I've heard people say that like.
Oh, Medium D speaks again with $5. Thank you very much, sir. Could you give me some tips on how you do the glitch effect and lens distortion so well? Why do you think that video doesn't get recommended despite quality?
Fuck you. That's what the YouTube algorithm would say.
I mean,
Look up.
Damn.
The
It-
Look up data moshing.
algorithm can't really detect quality. I don't think. Like,
well,
you can't see the work you put. in the
let
edit.
me go back to your channel and look at the title and thumbnail, because that is probably why.
Put titties in the thumbnail. That shit always works.
Red circles,
So-
red arrows,
I'll bring this up on screen.
face making a surprised reaction.
Okay. So, the thumbnail's good, I think. It's got a lot of nice colors. Oh, wait, I should share my screen again with you guys, right? Yeah. Let me do that. Okay. Okay. So, the thumbnail's good. It's colorful. It's got a face in it. That's good. So I guess it would, I mean, come down to the title. I mean, it's not really a very catchy title. Length of the video is also potentially why generally you want to keep your videos to 10 minutes, thereabout. Even shorter if possible. Like 5 minutes is good if you can really condense what you want, you know, in the video. 10 minutes is a sweet spot for recommendations, so there's that. Yeah, I mean, maybe people still didn't like the editing. It's hard to say. I mean, yeah, it's hard to say.
Mr. Amazing.
Yeah,
So about your bookmarks, right?
yeah.
MasterAnnie.me.
Yo,
That site got
wait.
defunct.
yeah.
So remove it.
Yeah, it is a defunct website now.
It's
Sorry
very
about that.
tough.
Is
Sorry.
it?
Yeah, they got rid of it. It's a shame.
Good ass website.
Yeah. I found another website though that is pretty good. that's similar to it.
Send it, because I need some.
I just found it on Reddit. I'm sure you could find it.
Do your own work.
Yeah. I don't have it saved.
Wow.
Look it up yourself, bitch.
Yeah. Sorry. It do be that way.
Get a load of this guy.
Sorry. Not sorry. Love you.
Okay. What does the chat want us to talk about? Heard of something called Trappin' in Paradise and thoughts.
I want to talk about like
Oh.
some philosophical or metaphysical
Why
shit.
do I keep reading that guy's comments? I can't tell what he's saying.
Shut up, I think it's some like weird mix of like beats with like anime gifs on it. Yeah, it's kind of
I don't like those. I do not like
God,
the
we're down to 3 messages a minute. What in the world?
trap music on anime gifs. That's kind of weird.
Yo, if
I
you're
don't know.
here, send a message in the chat.
it works, but like it's just kind of whatever. It was
Potters in the chat.
it's 2019, you know, like it's time out for that.
Yeah.
That died. We're done with the anime gifts over music, or the Homer Simpson gifts.
Bart
Homer
Simpson
Simpson
crying in a
gifs.
sweater.
Oh
How
my
much
God.
validity do you give to anarchism?
Little to none.
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, Rojava is doing pretty well. So there's that. I mean, the issue with it...
Turkey's gonna fucking run their ass down. But
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, I do like libertarian socialism and libertarian socialist philosophy. Chomsky and his articulation of anarchism, I think, is the most favorable because it's very moderate anarchism. But what can you do? We're still never gonna get there. It's too efficient for institutions right now to give up power in any kind of more democratic way. If we want to keep up the progress that we have now, we're essentially stuck with our power structures, I think.
hell yeah, brother.
I think this one is interesting. They said, "What about the way some light mental issues make it so people see the world completely differently from each other?"
What? Where's that one? Oh,
Light.
light.
Tim can't be the golem.
Well, what
I don't know,
about-
bro. If I don't take
what?
my meds, everything makes me nervous. So
Yeah, same.
Sad.
Sucks.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
But
I mean, what about it?
Does everyone see the world completely differently from each other?
No, they don't. And evolutionarily, most people be predisposed to see the world the right way, else they die. So,
else they die.
yeah, that's how evolution works.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think there's degrees to it because I don't think everyone sees the world like the exact same way, right?
No, of course not.
But see it more differently from others. Like people who are diagnosed schizophrenic definitely like see it because they see things that aren't even existent. But
Right.
other people,
They have a psychotic break in that case.
some people are easier to trick than others. Like I don't know, like as far as like illusions or something, like they get.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it could be that way.
You talked about the UBI before.
Neat
Did you
bucks.
talk about Igor?
Bruh. I do the glitch and lens distortion effect so well because I have Red Giant Universe, and that is what I edit with a lot of the time. Bruh.
Bruh moment.
But yeah,
Bruh moment.
I mean, I feel like that kind of question is such a, I don't want to say basic, but it's, if you think about it, it's kind of self-evident that, like, we kind of have to agree on most of our sensations in order to form any kind of higher ordered thinking at all. So, yeah, that's my take.
It's a good take. I like your takes. They're good.
I try. I do.
Really good.
I really do.
Take
That's
that.
why they pay you the big bucks.
Bang.
Thank you, Curiosity Stream.
Yes. Thank you, Audible. Thank you, Reddit.
This stream is sponsored by Audible.
Bruh.
This
Imagine
stream
if
is
I got
sponsored.
stream sponsors. Bruh.
You
Bruh.
would be one happy boy.
I would. I really would.
I'll be your stream sponsor.
Ooh. God, stop.
Yeah.
I'll pay you $1.
Shut up.
I gave you $1.69 on Venmo.
What?
Oh yeah, that is true. You did do that when I was drunk.
I was also drunk.
That was a crazy night. That was a crazy night.
Free Palestine, fellas.
Little garbage disposal coming out here with the fire takes.
Little garbage disposal says trans rights.
I'm gonna start all my songs off with that now.
Hey, Free Palestine.
Free Palestine, know what the fuck going on here. Shout out Little Garbage Disposal. They know what's up.
Yeah, that's lit. You're woke.
Oh wait, fellas, I think none of your profile pictures.
Wait a second. How can we free Palestine when, like, if you think about it, nothing is truly free.
Shut up.
Someone has to pay for it.
This isn't a communism. Come on.
Turning
This
point,
isn't a
Joe.
communist.
Checkmate.
Turning point, Mr. Amazing.
Freedom isn't free.
Freedom ain't free.
You gotta pay for that
I
with
got
the
that
tax
line in every
dollars.
lo-fi hip hop beat stream. Hell yeah.
That's
Just like
where
a
it's
little
at.
watermark. Like occasionally, like it's just
Free
like
Palestine.
chill beat and then
Like, hey, free Palestine.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Red Giant is so expensive.
It'd be that way.
It do. I mean, if
There's
you're a
other
student,
ways
it's
than free.
cheaper, and I get the student discount because I am broke. Not really, but I
There
like
are other
I like
ways
save
to
money.
acquire Red Giant Studio.
Yes. Google the word torrent and have at it, my friend. It's all yours.
You wouldn't download a car.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I fucking would. That's bullshit.
Yeah. I hate that argument too. It's like
Alright,
the media industry generates so much revenue. Shut up. I pay for Netflix, I pay for Hulu, and I pay for Amazon. I will torrent anything else I can't find on there.
Oh wow, you are just very openly doing that. Oh.
Look,
I don't
mean,
give a.
if I
I
can't
pay for
find,
Adobe.
yeah, I pay for Adobe. I pay for Red Giant.
I pay for
You
all my
are openly
plugins.
advocating for this.
But if there was a plugin that I wanted, and it was like prohibitively expensive, and it's meant for like corporate type shit, I'm a fucking pirate it. They don't give a fuck.
What's your full name and address?
Yo, I need your social for that.
Jeremiah actually works for Adobe.
NASA wants to know your location. Pornhub Premium is the way it follows. I heard it was free. I don't think it is.
Why would you go? Like, why would you pay for Pornhub Premium when like you can just go to Bing and Bing videos?
Bing.
Yeah, why
Bro.
Bing?
Bro, that's the move. Bing videos
What?
is the move. Trust me, bro.
Just use DuckDuckGo while you're at it.
Bro,
I
Bing
can't believe
videos is where it's at.
No.
Uh,
Paying for WinRAR, that's a hot take. I do not pay for WinRAR. Nobody.
7-Zip is way better though.
It is in some ways, but in other ways, WinRAR is better. Like, I don't know.
Well,
I like WinRAR for some
seven-
things more than
seven-
others.
the 7 in the name? That's a lucky number.
Yeah, well, you know what they say about 7. It ain't 9.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Shut up. I hate you so much.
I didn't think of that. We're really running out of stuff to say.
Yeah,
aren't
there's
we?
like, there's nothing. Should we just end it? No.
Dropped
No,
out of
oh,
focus
there's
on
this
YouTube.
cool YouTube channel that I found called Big Jaw.
Shut up.
There's this
Big
cool
job.
SoundCloud. There's this cool guy on SoundCloud called Grave Hours. SoundCloud.com.
No,
Flash
Big Jaw.
Grave Hour.
Big Jaw is the creator of the classic Oscar-nominated film, The Lesbian Homie, Episode 7. So
Where are you
Paying for
going with
Pornhub
this?
Premium is
I
like paying
recommend
for
you go
YouTube
check
Red.
that out.
That's valid.
I mean, YouTube Red has good stuff though, and you also are paying for
Mhm.
no ads, and you're paying to actually lock your phone and listen to YouTube, which I am still pissed you can't do without paying.
I'm gonna
Oh,
plug
you know,
there
Jeremiah.
has to be a plugin or something that you can do with that.
There is,
There-
but then they
no.
update YouTube and they patch it, and they do it in the background so you
Oh.
don't know, and then mysteriously it just stops working, and then you have to look for another plugin. I've been through it. It sucks.
You know, I came across an
I
app
could
that I would
swear
never
that-
called I would never use called YouTube Plus Plus. I don't know.
Ooh, that's good.
I might have to research that.
YouTube plus plus is fire.
Wait,
How
can
come
post-
you can post? Because I'm a mod, bitch. That's what I do.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
we had too much spam in the chat, so I had to.
There's a lot of porn bots today.
Yes, which is
Today.
yeah, no, it's literally never happened before. It's also
Wait,
kind
don't
of
that turn
odd.
down? Sheesh.
I bet it's because once we broke 500 views, they probably put us on the front page of some shit.
Probably.
'Cause
And
YouTube has
also,
that.
I'm sure that those people in New Delhi have some kind of database for that shit. And
Should have made. We could have gotten more viewers if you made the title like Mario Maker 2 trying out viewer levels, something like that.
yeah, but that would literally be lying, and also
Oh, you're
Imagine-
not
imagine
allowed to
having,
do
like, a
that.
very-
Look,
imagine
my
having-
viewers are assets, and they will eventually contribute to my growth and my success. I need to do things that are best for them, and lying
have
to
a
them
very
is not best for them.
philosophical argument like over viewer Mario Maker games.
Bro, who's little garbage disposal?
Kim Jung Un hit it from the. That's a hot take. That's a very hot take.
That's a good take.
It's,
I don't think he's someone with
Are we gonna
the-
dump the Discord link?
yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, there's so many viewers though.
Bro, that's it. This is the move.
No.
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 No. Oh no.
No.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Look, we're trying to have a quality Discord, not.
A
If a bunch of
Discord
like meme people join, because I imagine some of the people running those bots are watching the stream, and I'm not trying to have them in my server. So, no.
I mean,
You
I
watch YouTube
don't
too?
use YouTube when I'm doing everything, so it would not
Yeah.
be worth it for me.
I use Spotify more and SoundCloud.
Yeah.
30 and 60
I'm just
hours
not
a-
trying to open the floodgates. I mean, I could just create an invite that only lets the first 50 people in, but that'd be.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Do that shit. First 50.
50. That's 50 people though.
That's true.
Still a lot.
I could do the first 10.
Do the first 10. Yeah, let's do the first 10.
Okay, I'm gonna set this to standby.
Very exclusive.
All right, get ready for the battle
Big
royale.
exclusive. Right? The Discord Battle Royale.
Dun, 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 dun,
And then whoever gets in,
dun.
5 people get booted immediately.
Make them all do a Fortnite battle with each other, and the winner
Okay.
gets to.
This expires after 10 uses. All right.
Like
One person's gonna use it on 10 of their accounts.
Okay, pasting now.
Can I use it?
Jeremiah's I'm gonna use it on my alt. Continue, bro. Let's go. Let's get in there. Let me get in.
All right, I think
Let
that's
me
10.
in. I don't think I got in, bro. I don't think I
Did
did
it happen?
No, I didn't do it. I couldn't get in. Fuck,
Bongo boy,
Damn.
who's
That's it.
Bongo boy?
bro. Of course,
Bro.
fucking Daniel got in.
Bro. Hey,
He was ready.
Damn, they really did make it. That's crazy.
10 is all we're doing. So, oh, look, 9/11. That's a shame.
That really sucks, don't it?
Oh, wait. What? Oh, no. There we go.
Oh, what's his name? Lil Trash Can or whatever his name is.
Little
didn't
garbage
get in.
disposal.
Ugh.
Can we get
We
little
gotta
garbage
DM
disposal in there? Can
we
we
gotta
DM
DM
little
the
garbage
link.
disposal? Little garbage disposal. Add me on Discord,
Bruh.
and I'll get you the link.
Jesus did Molly. I had a goddamn Brad Pitt show up. You're sick as hell.
Brower. Love it.
Shut the fuck.
No, he said
Browser.
Brower.
Oh,
Not you,
I
that-
thought I fucked that up. I was about to be sick.
Wasn't you. Oh my god.
Because I'm from a place called Broward, so I thought I just fucked it up.
Broward. I love it.
It's so much nicer than
Pretzel.
Philly.
Why'd you put your ID in the chat?
Cause I'm trying to get Lil what's his name to fuck Lil garbage disposal to add me,
Free
so I can get him in there. Free Palestine, homie.
Well, just get a bunch of people who say that they are Lil Garbage Disposal.
Only real Lil garbage disposal knows exactly what to say to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little garbage disposal.
Wow, this is a really small server. It's an exclusive server.
Yeah, it's primarily for patrons, but I mean, I want it to be for people that are like committed to my YouTube channel, so that's why I let some stream people in as well. because
Oh yeah.
when you just let anybody and everybody in, like you just get too many people that just don't even care about what you're doing. And not only that, it brings in a lot of people that don't care about the quality of the server as well, and I don't want that.
Someone already messaged me Free Palestine. Adler, I know you're not him. Better luck next time.
See,
Hey, man,
if
I
they were
love you.
smart, they would go to the
Wiley, it's about time.
Oh my gosh. And to
Shoot.
think we were about to end
Wiley.
it. Oh my.
This is a
Wow.
party now.
Yeah,
It's a
Wait.
yeah, no, I was
Xbox
out
party
late.
in here.
My name is Sonic's Opium Den. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, that is a yikes. Hold on.
I'm from Broward. Yeah, I'm from Broward.
Let me
You're from Miami? Crazy.
adjust this.
Shout out 305. Shout out 954. Free Palestine. You know what's going
Y'all know what's good, Free Palestine.
on.
In the 863 repping it meth time.
863. What's that?
It's Polk County, baby. Meth capital of the
The
world. Let's
Gaza
get it.
Strip.
Oh hell yeah! Live editing from your boy Mr. Amazing.
Look,
You gonna make a tutorial about this too?
look. Stop. Stop.
Damn.
Just stop.
Oop.
And I.
Yo, Jeremiah, you ever listen to D-Bangs?
Yeah, like a year or two ago.
Yeah, I just got on it. It's crazy.
Oh my
Who is
God.
D Bangs?
He has a song
A
called
meme
Fake
rapper.
and words and
Oh.
anime titties.
You ever
Yeah.
seen Lil Mosquito Disease?
No.
No malaria?
Lohuna?
Little Thesis?
Passion of the Christ 2 gave me thesis.
I love that.
This is terrible.
Twitter has come down with Thesis.
Wow.
Twitter's the worst.
All
This is
right,
the
all right.
best.
Well, I had my segment set up, so I'm gonna run through it. I'm gonna
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. We're gonna
You
go
have a
through
segment.
Andrew Yang's positions.
Yeah.
And we're gonna
yes, I'm
yes
gonna
or no to
go.
them.
I'm gonna go straight to yang2020.com/policies.
786.
I'm gonna say that one for the people in the back. yang2020.com/policies. And I'm gonna list off some ones that kind of catch my eye, and then I'm gonna get either a yes or a no.
Wait, Wiley, share your screen and I'll put it on the stream.
Okay. Let's see.
More live editing from the boy.
Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Every cub gets
Okay.
a camera.
All right. All right. Are we ready?
Yes. I mean, ready as I'm going to be.
Okay. Okay. Let's see.
I don't even
Let's
think
see, let's
anybody in the chat can even read this because it's so blurry.
I definitely
Oh,
cannot.
sorry. Medicare for all.
No, it's me as well.
Buddy in
That's
the
it.
chat can read this because they're all too dumb.
Medicare for all, yes or no?
I say Medicare for all. Let's see it. I'm
Okay.
excited for what
okay.
Andrew Yang says about Medicare for all.
Oh, here he is. I found him. Can I get a link, Shay, for Sonic's Opium Den, aka Little Garbage Disposal?
That you can. Hold on. Give me one moment. This is gonna be a single use.
Just for you. Free
There was
Palestine.
another politician that offered to double Yang's off and give everyone
Oh,
22.
that's fucking Gravel. That's Mike Gravel. Fucking Gravel teens, dude.
What did he want to do?
They said they're gonna give some because Yang said like retweet this and win $1,000, and he fucking tweeted retweet this and get $2,000.
God damn.
Well, it was $1,000 a month for the next 12 months.
And then Gravels was just $2,000.
Now that is a bruh moment. Okay.
I feel like 2K. I feel like 2,000 is too much.
Wait, let's see
Just
legalized
moment.
marijuana.
Here we go. Marijuana is still considered a controlled substance by federal law. Thousands are in jail for marijuana-related offenses, particularly people of color. Yet marijuana is now legal for adult use in 10 states and the District of Columbia, and 33 states have legalized medical marijuana in some form. We need to resolve the ambiguity and legalize marijuana at the federal level. This would improve safety, social equity, and generate tens of billions of dollars in new based on legal cannabis businesses.
Love to see it.
And then Andrew Yang said personally that he was going to free everyone with a non-violent drug offense from prison, all on 420, and then
Oh,
high five every
shit.
single one of them
I like it.
as they
Oh,
walk
wow.
out.
I like it.
What an epic guy. He
Epic.
should be like,
Yeah, what about a value-added tax of that?
That'd be great. Let's see
Yeah,
that.
it's okay. It's an okay idea. I think it's an efficient way of taxing.
It is.
Okay.
I haven't
Okay.
researched any of this stuff.
Every cop gets a camera.
Yeah, makes sense
I
to me.
agree.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I like that.
Accountability is important.
NCAA paying their athletes.
Yeah, I think they should be able to.
I don't know about. I guess.
I don't think they should be salaried, but I think they should get commission off jersey sales or whatever. Like, I don't know if they should be like, come to our university, we'll pay you this much money a year. But I think if they go and like, they make a fuckload of jersey money or something like
Well,
that.
Here's the thing: is like the problem is a lot of college athletes like they don't. That's kind of it for them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yep.
and to make no money from that, it's just.
Let's go to his
Yeah.
controversial proposals.
Well, there's the three big ones. UBI. I mean, that's the main.
The flagship,
The main. Yeah.
the cream of the
That's-
crop, center of the stage proposal.
Yeah. This is his number one proposal right here.
So what he
He
said,
calls-
1K Bitcoin.
Yang. Yeah, I was just about to read that.
Universal ganja care. I fuck with it.
Gotcha.
Hell yeah.
Andrew
love
would
it.
implement a universal basic income, the freedom dividend, he calls it, of $1,000 a month, and that's for every American over the age of 18.
I love it.
And I think, let me see if I can pull up. Let me see if I can pull up the little infographic.
I'm
so
so
there's a
surprised
little-
there's so
there's a
many
little
people watching this.
infographic.
It's crazy.
Yeah, there's a little infographic saying how he'd pay for it without spending really anyone's money. Yeah, let me pull it up.
Ooh, the
Uh,
desktop.
Nice.
He's got Illustrator open. He's a homie.
Oh.
Turn
Ooh,
court on.
trader.
That shit is
I
useless.
am.
You know you don't use it.
Do you have
I
an art
do.
account on Twitter?
I don't know.
Sad. Sad.
I don't post any of my art. I do have a portfolio though.
Oh.
Hell yeah. Got the Roblox.
You get the Roblox
no,
bookmark.
I can't really find the exact infographic, but here it is. Here it is right here. Yeah, so we can pull this over here.
Open it up.
Okay.
Open it up.
No, that's not it.
Uh.
Okay. Shit.
Ooh, haircuts? Okay.
Haircuts plus.
Nice font choice.
It's a work in progress, to say
That
the
looks like a
least.
place that's about to fuck your hairline up.
Haircuts plus.
Plus
Okay,
what?
we have to go to my history.
Haircuts plus.
Oh wait, what do you got in your history?
Nah, let's just get the copy image address and then right here. All right, here we go. Here we
Reddit.
go.
Oh
Took
yeah,
us
I've
long
seen
enough.
this.
Yeah, I posted this, but so this is how he'd pay for it. 800
Okay,
billion would be from the
I'm gonna be
VAT.
honest here.
I like the
I
pretty
think
colors.
Contributing economic growth and just slapping that in there is a really cop out way.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, how are you gonna guarantee 600 billion?
I would.
Well, I
I,
mean-
think it's okay. I think it's okay for a campaign shit, but like,
It's
Well,
optimistic.
I mean,
Let's
if
say
people are receiving 2.1 trillion, I would think at least that they would, have 600 billion of that taxed,
Why can't? How
just
about
through like spending and stuff like that.
How about instead this money goes towards the 20 trillion in national debt that we have? Why don't we do that?
I mean, yeah, but people don't like that.
Look
People
up the
like
debt
idea.
clock.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone's seen it, but yeah, I mean it's pretty bad.
It's
Uh,
like actually disgusting to me.
Yeah, we're at 22.4 trillion right now.
And it's literally just going. Where is that even coming from? It is mind-boggling to me.
It's,
Yeah.
Coming from me, I keep promising China that I'll pay them $1,000 a second. So.
Big Joe Incorporated is it was a Big Joe Inc. bailout. Fuck.
I just have some of my workers. Their only job is to write IOUs to China.
Yeah, you probably heard about the 4 trillion U.S. bank bailout, but you didn't hear about the 20 trillion Big Joe Incorporated bailout.
The private bailout.
All right.
The
Here we go.
corporations bail
Nuclear
out the
launch
government.
decision. What do you think about the decision for the nuclear launch being too serious for a single person?
I agree.
Do you think the vice president should confirm it as well?
I think that's fair.
All right.
I mean, if you're in an emergency situation, like, is that really gonna stand?
No.
If you're in a situation where a nuclear launch is like on the table,
Well, I mean, but I think the vice president would be there as well. You know, like
I guess. But
you'd be able to okay
what is
that.
the vice president's not
Wiley,
ever going to disagree with the president.
I
Right?
think we have had enough of this personally.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Nice.
The pace of play is a little bit slow here.
I like it. It's fun.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
fine.
okay. I'll just do it real quick. Some of the others.
Let's do shots, right quick.
Yeah. Okay. So data as a property,
word.
right?
Okay.
Meaning, like the companies have to pay you a little bit of the money that they get for selling your data.
Agreed.
Okay. Automatic voter registration.
Yep, definitely.
Like it.
Instituting a head of culture and ceremony. So like
Sounds-
someone who does all the ceremonies.
I like it. I like it a
This
lot.
one we should probably go into a little bit, but this is he said we should appoint a culture of or head of culture and ceremony, and someone like Oprah or like The Rock would pretty much they would do all the ceremonial tasks.
I like it. Kind of like a poet laureate, but for the 21st century. I like it a lot.
Yeah. Getting rid of the penny.
I like that as well. It costs more to make a penny than it does to actually use it.
Increasing encryption standards to protect against quantum computing.
I wouldn't say that's a priority at the moment, but
No.
sure.
Okay.
It's not
Ooh,
bad.
what
Why
about
not?
18?
Wait,
Voting
wait,
age
wait,
is
wait, wait.
16. Wait.
We're not talking about any of these.
Yeah, we're not there yet. 18-year term limit for Supreme Court justices.
I'm with it.
Yeah, I like that too.
That's their average tenure anyway. All right, lowering the voting age to 16.
No,
Do
shit,
not
yeah,
like
don't
that.
do that.
No.
Garbage. Bad idea.
That's a
Trash.
no.
Absolute trash.
me. That's a no.
I see why, but the thing
I
is,
don't.
they're not paying. Well, I mean, some of them do pay taxes, but
Yeah,
Old
I
enough
pay
to
taxes
vote,
and
but
I'm
not old enough
17.
to get drafted? I don't think so. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Democracy dollars.
What is this?
Hey, you've
they're
probably,
not.
probably,
Like,
yeah,
they're,
I've heard
they're
of that.
too.
probably seen that idea thrown around a little bit.
I like it. I like it a lot. Ooh, decriminalizing opioids? I like that as well.
Ranked choice voting.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, I like that as well.
Yeah, I think the board account is probably the best way of implementing that, but yeah, RCVs are really good. All right,
That would be an
that's pretty much
alternative
all
to the
this.
Electoral College, right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, LGBTQ rights. I don't know about that. I
Well, that's
don't-
just
Yeah.
that's just.
That's going a little bit
just
too far.
Ooh, what do you guys think about nuclear energy?
The best thing ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I
We need,
like
we need
it.
newer reactors and more of them. Let's do it.
Nuclear fusion is the future.
Well, we only have enough like nuclear fuel to kind of power us for say 70 years. So we kind of have to do something about renewable energy. I think it's a really good stepping stone in between fossil fuels and like fully renewable energy.
I mean, once we start like really going full on with nuclear fusion and nuclear fission, shit,
Hmm.
we're gonna have a lot of power.
Okay.
What's his deal on gun safety? It's kind of...
And then I was also watching a video about his views on college and like paying for it.
Mhm.
He thinks we shouldn't make it complete, and I think that's actually a good thing. So one, he said he wants to increase like vocational school, enrollment, that kind of stuff. Two, force schools to bring their student to faculty ratio in line with what it was in the 90s. Meaning that he would kind of force these schools to cut down on all their their faculty that's there for no reason, like vice deans of everything, vice deans of the janitorial department, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And 3, make it affordable to pay for your student loan. He said the best way to do it is do a 10 by 10 plan. So if you pledge 10% of your income for 10 years, your student loan should be forgiven.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, that sounds fine. Sounds like a.
It's a little
Yeah,
bit
okay.
More policy deep than I really wanted to get.
I was gonna say that's more that's good.
Well, I feel like
Yeah,
Bernie
it's good.
Sanders' approach to just making everything free isn't really the best way of going about.
See, here's my deep political take on like free college.
Oh wait,
Free
wait. Are we done
college-
with this? Because I want to change the screen if we're done.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, we're done. Well, we'll say my last. I'll give my last rant in, and then.
All right, Wiley, could you turn off your screen share?
Yes.
So, free shit, like free college, is inherently unprogressive because it does nothing to actually improve the situation of anybody. Instead, it just makes it incredibly easy for people who would already have the resources to send their kids to college for free to invest that money into things like primary education. So, I think what the SAT does with things like diversity score or adversity score, where like they take into account the average income in your area, they take into account like your race, the quality of your school, things like that. I think there's like 16 factors, and then it gives you a score, and it's like, so people with a similar diversity score to you have this SAT score, and this places them here on the bell curve normally, and factored in for the adversity score places them here. So it's like someone who grew up in a shitty neighborhood with shitty schools and got like a 1300 would realistically have the same weight as someone who got a 1400 but went to like a really good Massachusetts public school in like urban Boston.
But see, the issue I have with that is like, if the person still can't do as well in the SAT, aren't they going to do worse in college too? And then, what really does that degree mean? You know?
Well, I see what you mean by that, but it's more like I'm not gonna say FSU isn't a hard school, but like you can, once you get to college, like you can, like there's more than enough resources there for you. Like I don't think you would be lacking a whole lot of, I think giving students like that the opportunity based on what they had,
Right.
is much better than just saying, well, sorry, you probably didn't get the quality education because you're from a poor neighborhood. Oh, so I think like.
But it's still difficult for me because what if somebody who really, now I guess this is really an outlier example, but what if people in these communities really, didn't care too much about school and they, are not that educated and they don't find the resources in college? I mean,
well, adversity score, it doesn't it won't boost someone who got like an 800 to a 1600. It's more like if you got like a 1220 or whatever, and you're from a really shit neighborhood, that might bump you to a 13. It really is, and it doesn't even bump you to 13. It just lets colleges see that like, hey, he only got a 1220, but his adversity score is this high, so you got to take into account that. It sort of like humanizes the score.
I suppose.
Because it doesn't like just give you the number like, oh, here's the score, and we tweaked this. It's like, here's the score they got, and also here's a demonstration of like where their score is based on like their area and all this shit. Like maybe they're like at the top of their area, maybe they're at the very top of the bell curve at their area, or maybe they're at the bottom of the bell curve at their area, and you can sort of like get a better picture of like who a student is based on how they did. So like if you're like in a really nice area and you're at the bottom of the fucking bell curve, chances are you didn't try very hard. But if you're in a shitty area and you're at the top of the bell curve, chances are you tried your very hardest with the resources available to you.
Fair enough.
Well, I think
there's like, you can't account for all factors though.
No, of course not.
No.
So there's going to be some people who, no matter what, they're just gonna lose out. Like,
Yeah, I mean you can't fix everything, and I don't think free college even wouldn't fix those people because they get
'Cause if
shafted some other
you're-
time.
like if you're like, let's say you're white, you come from a good neighborhood and like everything else, except like you have an undiagnosed mental illness, like that's
Right.
not going to show up.
Yeah.
Now
And-
that person's kind of screwed by the system.
The issue that gets me is like, you don't really need time and you don't need money to ace the SAT. You can buy like a Pearson textbook, study it for 2 hours every day for like a month, and you will get at least a 1300 in the SAT.
Right, but it's also like it's just about like the area too, because it's not just like household income and race. It's like neighborhood average income. So like chances are, even if you have that book available to you, but like you're in a single family household,
Well,
you know,
I mean,
and
yeah, I
you
think
make
it's
shit money.
a good
But it's
point to bring up Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
But I mean,
I
you
feel like
couldn't.
these kids that aren't getting their like
Basic shit, man.
esteem needs met aren't really too focused on school.
Right.
And I'm not even saying that's necessarily makes them a better candidate for college. I'm just saying that, we should probably do something. Like if someone's not
Yeah.
valuing education,
That's true.
I think it's just
I
a
mean, the
better way
UBI
of
would
going
help
about
with
it.
that. I think the UBI would,
Yeah.
do very, very well
well,
for that.
I also have another infographic that
Of course.
that Andrew Yang actually posted about the hierarchy of needs and how each tier is pretty much covered by the UBI.
Yeah, I've seen it. The
Yeah.
bottom two are covered.
Right. Well, yeah,
Or-
pretty much.
Or it's the third one too. I think it's just the bottom two.
Well, I mean, yeah, but as long as I feel like with the UBI, as long as you satisfy those two, like basic needs for a person, people can really start to focus on themselves, their
Sure.
society, their community a lot more. You know.
Sure.
I take issue with like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I feel like it's way too simplified to say that you need this to be able to, self-actualize, and that's kind of.
I mean, it is kind of true though. I mean, you do need food. You do need to like have shelter and be secure, and you do need certain emotional qualifications, certain social qualifications. So
Then what about those? Oh, and like what they do is they just live in the desert alone for the rest of their lives.
I mean,
Those are some very deeply spiritual people who like seem to have definitely found their purpose in life.
but I don't think every person is like that though. I mean, I think that type of person, even somebody who's philosophically inclined, has a different type of mindset, and they may have a different type of means to self-actualization. I think the hierarchy is speaking to the general average Joe.
A
Yeah.
big Joe,
Yeah,
just an
The
average
big
one.
Joe.
the big Joe.
Average one, not the big Joe.
Where's Little Joe?
Yeah.
Jeremiah's little Joe.
Wow.
Bill Joe, out on these streets.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine gang. Ah!
Yeah. Free Palestine. He didn't do nothing.
For my boy
That's the
First time
Palestine.
I did mushrooms and how it opened my mind.
Wait, what?
Wow.
Lil Pump should get a free Palestine tattoo.
That would be hard.
Hard.
I call it protest core.
Uh. Sheesh.
Good stream,
Uh,
everybody.
Yeah, I
Free
think that's
colleges,
about
yeah,
it.
reparations,
That's
so
about
yeah.
it.
I don't
It's
I
very
think we've
good.
run out of topics to discuss.
The tap has run dry.
Well, thank you for coming, all 800 people and all the porn bots.
Yes.
Wait, there's 848 people. What the hell?
There was
We hit
1,000
1,000.
earlier.
Dude,
The
dude,
most
I was-
that's ever been on the
last time I
stream.
was on here, there were like 80.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I would have expected the chat to be a lot more active.
Yeah,
what
I mean,
happened? What happened is everyone told 10 of their friends about the stream, and
Yeah.
I think it's because this is like a
Can I get
podcast
a
type of
y'all in
thing,
the chat?
and most people don't really want to interact in a podcast.
Right.
Wait, before we go, if anybody pays us any money, we will talk about what you want us to. Last call.
All right.
Do I get a cut?
No, fuck
No,
you.
sorry.
Bitch.
you said
Like
you,
you say
you
us.
very specifically
Yeah.
said us.
You retracted your statement and said us.
I mean, us and that we'll talk about it. So
Okay.
But not us, as in we'll all get the profit.
yeah, sorry.
I get it. Fucking absolutely. You're destroying the proletariat. You're destroying my surplus value
I
right
mean,
now.
do y'all want to cut?
No.
It's only gonna be like $10.
Me
Yeah,
is
Well,
equal.
if someone donates us
No
$50,
Can you put these podcasts into a channel? Actually, we could do a Q&A for a little bit. Unless you guys want to go.
No, I'm good to stay.
Okay.
I'm just
Yeah,
here.
I'm good.
Can we put these in a channel? I was gonna put them in a playlist in my channel. I never got around to it. And also, I was gonna upload highlights to my second channel, but I don't think I'm gonna keep doing that. Sorry.
I like the
Pretzel.
Twitter highlight.
Yeah, Twitter highlights will be a thing. I want to use the second channel, I think, for how-to videos going forward. I want to start like developing a Peter McKinnon style brand where I do like motion graphics tutorials and shit. I think that could be cool.
Peter McKinnon is the GOAT.
I love his videos.
The
He's
goat.
fire.
So good. So British.
He's
So good.
He's not British.
Are we
Does
thinking about-
Monopoly
wait, I'm
money
thinking about
works?
Oh,
Question
That's
mark.
crazy, but I do love
Gold
British.
is
Oh.
not money.
You
Yeah.
can't pay us in Monopoly money. Sorry.
VAT is a regressive tax. That's true because it levies the tax on the consumer instead of the producer.
Oh, it's this guy.
Grainus said the VAT is regressive tax, and I was watching a Poly Dice video, but like I can't even really watch him anymore because he's just such a show for Bernie and Elizabeth Warren. It's just absurd.
Shit.
But no, he is like no matter what you say, he'll always revert back to Bernie being like the almighty messiah. But yeah, no, he's talking about how the VAT was regressive and how like a UBI in its totality was regressive.
I don't think
Uh,
UBI
right.
is regressive per se, but
It's accelerationist,
did he
I'd
really?
say.
Did he really?
Mhm.
negative income tax, baby. Let's do it.
I do think it's funny when people say it's hyper capitalism. It's like, not really.
It's
but
like
What, a
you know,
UBI?
yeah. It's like it's kind of socialist, a little bit.
Yang gang fellas. Fuck the bullshit. Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
I think Yang is actually for freeing Palestine.
Good.
Exactly.
Jeremiah now voting for Andrew Yang, taking them
Opinions on
$8.
Blueface.
That is the vote secured.
Blueface
secured.
baby. Yeah. He's
Uh,
ass.
I don't listen to him, so sorry.
He's funny.
I've listened to Blueface like 3 times.
That's the best thing I can say about him. He's pretty funny.
Bleed It, Tatiana, and like one other song, and that's it.
Bleed It, Tatiana.
No. There's a song called Bleed It, and there's a song called Tatiana.
What? Bust Down Tatiana. Pick that shit
Yeah.
up and put that
Yeah.
shit down. Fuck that song.
Oh. Nah, you know you love it.
I love it because of how shit it
gay.
is.
Exactly. That's how a lot of rap is. It's
You
so
can't tell me you
so
like the
bad.
fucking song
That's what I like.
Promiscuous Girl and you don't like that song.
Bust Down
Will-
Tatiana.
That's 188
Very
right?
busy.
Increasing diversity in hip hop. Hip hop is really cool right now because like there's a lot of different kinds of it. Like it's not just, you know, the few like sorts of people that can get into it. You got like suburban white guys, you got, you know, black guys, Asians, Chinese, like everybody's getting into it and it's kind of
Higher Brothers goes hard.
Higher Brothers is great.
What I like
fuck with a lot of
about
it, but
what I
Go ahead.
what I like about Andrew Yang is he's the only candidate offering real solutions for the real challenges facing our country.
Ooh.
So I
Okay.
have to
What the
say
fuck does
about
that
that.
say?
Chimichanga has donated $2 and he asks, "Have you ever watched any
Um,
Satyajit Ray movies?" Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I have not, but they look interesting. And then he also asks, "Try to read the Bhagavad Gita." I want to. I also want to read the Vedas and a lot of the other literature in
Little garbage
of the
disposal
East.
fucking going hard in chat right now.
Type.
But yeah.
Little garbage disposal going hard. Our socialist king.
Yeah, it's not literal wealth distribution, you dumbass.
Yeah.
But is it not
Destroy
wealth
wealth.
distribution? Redistribution?
Stop bitching.
Well, I mean,
Kind
it
of
is
is.
in a way, but I guess any kind of welfare is
No,
wealth
no,
redistribution.
let,
So
let Lil Garbage Disposal speak. Don't question him.
Jesus garbage.
Chill, bro.
Nah, bro, he's going crazy right now.
Going hard. He's going hard.
he just fucking snapped.
Very interactive with the chat. That's me.
Love it.
You're only known as the
Whoa.
XXX guy,
But
though.
I'm baby.
He just straight up mopped up
I'm just the guy for
Omega
the
Dan.
video.
Buttigieg, the first Maltese American president, I guess. I don't care.
That looks like Buddy.
Oh
don't
yeah,
really care-
that's,
I don't really
that's
care
a
about
real
Buttigieg.
selling point, isn't it?
Buttigieg would honestly be my second choice if it wasn't Andrew Yang, and then third would be like Kamala Harris, and then Elizabeth Warren, and
What?
Sanders.
Biden's gonna get it no matter what. I think.
I am Harris, Buttigieg, pretty much anyone else than Bernie Sanders.
I still stand Bernie. So.
Dude,
Just for
I don't know.
just for the nostalgia.
Was I the only person that was just like that was kind of pissed off to see people who were just completely unknown on the debate stage, like Marianne Williamson and freaking
Yeah, like
completely unknown people. Like, what are you even doing on the stage? It's just it's
Yeah.
a joke.
I have more Twitter followers than them, or something.
Yeah, it's just like, please leave.
Yeah.
No, what
Like,
they
who are
did to
you?
Yang's mic was pretty messed up. I'm not gonna lie.
What did they do to his mic?
They cut it off.
Did they just cut off his mic?
They cut off his mic so he couldn't speak.
You hate to
Wait,
see
what
it.
the-
Huh?
You hate to see it.
Hold on a second. That's other because I saw people up there who were just like yammering on about nothing.
Yeah, no, you could see a video too if you just look
And
up like Yang
they
mic
were-
cut off. There's proof out there that
They were literally just talking over the moderators.
well Biden was saying something. I don't know what it was. I think he was talking about like immigration, whatever. And then you could see like a shot of Yang, just like trying to speak up, and like he kind of like raises his voice and like makes a hand motion. Except there's nothing coming through his mic.
Yeah.
It's yeah, you really do hate to see that.
The DNC.
Yeah, Biden will get nominated. That's what I think, and then Trump will get reelected. That's my prediction.
No, even if Biden gets nominated, I don't think Trump's gonna. Biden has too much name recognition. And he's too popular in the South.
It's
What we
way
lack-
too early to
I don't know.
tell. It
What
is
us
way too early
corporate
to
Democrats
tell.
lack in popular support, we more than make up for in corporate donations. Eat shit, you socialist fucks.
Yep. Hopefully that'll change
Yeah,
in
the
the
woke
coming.
neolib versus the
Versus
freaking
the-
I mean,
Baroque.
The real question will be who will Biden's running mate be, and then
The brocialist.
who will get elected after Biden. That's gonna be a really interesting thing to see. I think.
Biden 3. Let's do it.
Obama 2.
Bro, if
Biden
we get
three?
Obama
I
3
think
after
okay, so
Obama 2,
so-
aka Biden, I'm gonna kill myself.
Biden 3, let's do it.
It's gonna
Obama
happen
3,
is
Hillary Clinton. Let's do it.
Trump reelected,
No.
then Donald Trump Jr. elected.
No. Shut
Let's
up.
get the
hate
Trump
this
chain
shit.
going, dude. Keep
I
it
hate
going.
this, yeah.
You can't stump the Trump.
Stop the Trump.
And then
That's so ugly.
eventually it'll be Baron Trump in office wearing his The Expert shirt. And,
Here's my really woke take on the whole situation. I think people rag on Donald Trump too much. I think people call him out
I
for
think
stupid
he's
stuff, and
such a
yeah,
clown.
he's an idiot, but he's not what we should be focusing on. I think we should be focusing on solutions to problems rather than just calling out Donald Trump for whatever he's doing in it.
I mean,
on
he's
any
kind
Right.
of the problem.
But
Problem
no,
is-
he's only
no,
part
no,
of the
He's
problem.
a symptom. He's a
is-
symptom.
Yes,
they
a
have-
symptom. That's right. This guy
Yeah.
gets it. This guy gets it.
This fucking
There's
That's why we have Wiley here.
they focused the media I think has focused too much on like little stuff that Trump was doing that like as a result they lose credibility because no one wants to hear Donald Trump's name every day and like all these
Mhm.
bad things about him, and then eventually like when he actually does stuff that is worth criticizing, then like no
Mhm.
one's there to hear it. Like
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
Boy Who Cried Wolf basically.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like I said, it's just the media trying to get clicks and views and whatnot, and it's not like I know he's stupid and he does stupid stuff, but like he can only do so much as president.
I mean, when you think
and,
about it,
there-
if media
ahead.
companies keep funding politicians like Trump, they would have so much revenue.
yeah,
It would be the perfect revenue scheme, actually.
yeah. No,
Donald Trump
Obviously.
is an industry plant.
I low key,
literally
tight.
Yo,
We figured it out.
I'm gonna make that video.
No, I firmly believe it. There's no way.
I think there are bigger players. Like I'd say that Mitch McConnell is more detrimental to the United States
I
than
hate him
Donald Trump
so
is.
much. I can't wait
I
till he
feel
gets
like-
out of office.
Like,
Can't
like
wait till
Donald
Mitch
Trump-
McConnell eats shit and dies of brain cancer like
Oh my
Putin.
god!
Stop.
What the
Donald-
fuck?
Stop.
This is gonna
Well,
get flagged. So
Donald
The
Yeah,
fuck is
God,
wrong
that's
with you?
terrible.
Jesus. wrong
Donald
with
Trump
you?
can be stupid, like he's an idiot, and that's okay. Like, but a stupid person can only do so much. Mitch McConnell knows what he's doing,
That's true.
and he knows that he's screwing over the American public, and he's doing whatever he can to screw over the American public. And that's what makes him much worse than Donald Trump is he knows what he's doing.
What makes me trust him?
I don't even understand how he keeps getting reelected. Like,
Gerrymandering,
He looks funny.
gerrymandering. That's it. It's just pure gerrymandering.
I just vote for people that look the funniest.
The fuck?
God, he's the majority leader too. Can't stand it. 77. God.
Oh my god.
I'd say he's worse for the country than Donald Trump.
That is a man who's in touch with his electorate.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Ooh, Andrew Yang said he also proposed, right? If foreign countries like Russia try to meddle with our elections,
We
he
fucking
said
nuke
he
'em.
would
We glass
he
them.
would well he said he would take that as an act of war.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay, wait, oh shit, wait, never mind, that's real. Oh shit, we
And,
glass their ass.
I'm not saying like actually take military action, but just like recognize it as military action on their behalf, right? So
Yeah.
like if they fiddle with our election, I think that would be responsible or the best response. If we were to treat that as if they were to like invade our country, because messing with our democracy is, I'd say, just as bad, if not worse, than actually invading us on land or by sea or whatever.
Oh, absolutely.
Probably true, yeah.
I mean, I would just like better proof. I mean, not even proof, but just like something better than, oh, the dissemination of Hillary's emails was instrumental in Trump getting elected. It's like they were playing on something that Hillary already had against her. It's not like they injected false information. It's just they enabled something that the American people were already skeptical of. So, I don't know. Is it the worst thing in the world? I
Are
don't
they
think so.
paying
I don't think
money to see that happen though?
But I mean, the American people were already skeptical of it. It would have been different if they were actually peddling false information about Hillary, and that got into major news sources, which it didn't. It was stuff that was true, and that's the thing. I mean, like corporations here already do that with information. Narratives are peddled by the media, and like that also changes how we elect politicians. Like, I don't understand why there isn't that kind of consistency. Why is it okay for our people to do it, but not other people? You see what I mean?
People to do what?
If it's okay for our corporations to change the way we think, why is it wrong for other governments to do it? Like, what's the difference? Like, just because they're American, they have the people's interests in mind? What a crock of shit. I don't think so.
I mean, that is true, yeah.
If
But
we stopped on Google, they would leave this
I mean,
country.
the intention is that corporations wouldn't even have an influence in politics in the first place.
But see, that part of the narrative never gets discussed, and
right.
nobody wants to bring it up. I mean, do you see CNN bringing up, well, why do the corporations have an influence as well? No, it's the Russians. It's like, you are the biggest hypocrite I've ever seen.
It's I think it's a red herring, right? Is that they're trying to divert attention away from
Exactly.
themselves.
Exactly. And that's why I don't buy into it.
I think a good start would be making sure foreign countries don't mess with our election, and then we can move on to domestic corporations.
Fair enough.
Hell yeah.
I say we regulate the media too while we're at it.
Fuck you, Deutsche Bank.
Andrew Yang, he actually has a policy set around funding local journalism
Love
rather
it.
than national
Love it.
journalism.
Love it. Love everything about it.
Absolutely incredible.
Disclosure, this stream is sponsored by Yang 2020.
No, he
We're all
says
kidding, I
yeah,
need
local
bucks for
local
this one.
journalism fund.
Vote for Andrew Yang in 2020, and you'll win a free.
Yeah.
Guys, the $1,000 thing, that's great. We all got $1,000 just for doing this, so I can vouch
Win
that
$1,000.
it is so cool. to have $1,000.
No,
Every
and the
time
thing
we
is- the
mention
thing is-
Yang's name, we all get $1,000.
well, the thing is, everyone can have $1,000 if you vote for
Right?
this guy.
Want to get rich quick?
Everyone.
Andrew Wang.
See, Omega Dan says we can regulate corporations, not foreign governments. That's why they're scarier. But it's like, we're not regulating those corporations.
You can't because the corporations control the what regulation. so-
Exactly. And that's
Mhm.
why I am a cynic. But I mean, they
Yeah,
don't
no,
completely
cynical
control
is
the.
journalism.
They don't completely
Wow.
control it.
That's
That's
a
it.
woke take.
It's very woke. Low key though, that would be awesome. Could you imagine syndicates of workers controlling the media? I would actually become a Catholic again if that happened.
Okay.
That would
I'm
be
not even-
amazing.
I'm not even sure how syndicates work.
It's just a democratically owned corporation. And so
Oh.
everything is managed by the people, just like a government would be.
Okay.
It's a beautiful idea. I love it.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
when
gonna
it
know
deals
you-
with art.
Yang says $1 billion towards the he fund the $1 billion towards the FCC, and then the FCC distributes that money to local journalism, gigs, whatever.
Thing is, if you get rid of the penny, old people are gonna complain about how they miss the penny.
Who cares?
That's why is that?
Yeah, who
that's-
cares about old people?
Why-
Why are they
why
even
is that-
No, but
Yeah, why is
about to
that?
Why
say-
are they even a voice in this
You know what's really funny
democracy?
to me
Yeah.
is
I
that
know,
it's
but
so
that's-
viscerally real that Big Joe just
It
said.
is too.
Fox
Yeah.
News is just gonna run coverage after coverage of saving the penny. I'm gonna kill
What if I-
myself.
If you
What
go
if I
into
told
any
you-
diner, you're just gonna see a bunch of Idas and Stanleys saying, "Well, I can't believe they took away the penny. I had 500 of those in my wallet."
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't use them.
I
give them
firmly
out to my
believe,
grandchildren so they remember the past.
I firmly believe that every problem in America can really be traced back to boomers, as a whole.
Honestly, it can.
Philip.
Hey, what generation is Mitch McConnell part of?
Boomer.
Boomers. Boomer.
What generation is Donald Trump part of?
Boomer.
Boomer.
Yeah. Okay.
That's just
case in
that's
point.
just ageism.
I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, it is just ageism, but
who
it's
caused the
old-
stagflation of the 70s? Who
Boomers.
had Clinton elected? Who had Bush elected? Boomers.
have too much control in their numbers.
They do. I mean, it's population. I mean, if boomerism were a thing, I think we're getting very close to it in what we're discussing right now.
Mhm.
Bernie is a boomer. That is true. Jacob Finch.
Fuck
That
you.
is true.
Bernie's a boomer.
He's out of the
No
race.
boomers. He's out. Deport Bernie.
Pass the torch.
Deport
Oh,
Bernie.
Talking about Left 4 Dead 2 for a minute now. I'm so
Hashtag
confused.
deport Bernie.
I love how they brought that up on the debate too, and Biden was like, "I'm not ready to give up the torch yet." Shut up.
Yeah, he
Shut
just
up.
literally went back. on
Damn.
what he said.
Shut up.
Because Biden sucks. He's the most transparent, fake politician I have ever seen in my life, and people still rally around him.
Damn, go off.
Bro, I
Biden's
want
a joke.
Tubmans. Fuck Andrew Jackson. Give me the Tubmans.
He's funny looking.
Bro.
It's like that fake plastic smile. God, you suck.
Oh.
Funnyism, comedyism, making your political decisions based on what is funniest.
That was 2016.
Yeah, honestly.
Honestly, yeah. Okay, that you have a point there.
In your recommended, how Donald Trump mastered memes to get the election.
Yeah. No, he did. He did.
The real question is going to be who's going to master memes this time around.
I have a candidate that might.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I don't know if Yang can do it,
Gravel. It's definitely Mike Gravel.
Already kind of did. But
but he needs to do it more. He needs to do it a lot more, I think, for the exposure.
Yang is the biggest meme of the.
But he doesn't have
Yeah.
the name recognition that Trump does. And I think to get
He
there, he's going to need a lot more memes.
Hey Shay, since we have a lot of fucking views right now, you want to post the Curious Cat again?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can do that. Sure. If people interact.
it's that.
We'll post in the Discord too. Put it like on the
No,
announcement.
we still have
Yeah.
782 people watching, so.
It's pretty crazy. If you want to ask questions, I'm posting a link right now for curiouscat.me. It is a website where you can ask questions, and I will answer them. Yeah.
All right. Well, fellas, I think this is the end for me. I'm gonna go take a sleep. So it's been great having you. It's been great having you all. Goodbye, Wiley. I'm sorry you weren't here for it.
Yeah, no, it's cool, whatever. I was having fun anyways. I was with my significant other, my girlfriend.
Oh,
You have a girlfriend now?
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
He's right. here.
Nice.
it's lit.
You know, dumb you over macaroni and cheese. I get it.
Oh,
I get it.
oh,
I wasn't gonna go there. I was curious, bro. You're my
I
friend.
know
I want to
Jeremiah
know, but
would go there. I know Jeremiah or Mr.
Bro.
Amazing would.
somebody literally asked favorite amount of cargo shorts to have in the dresser. That is such an old, dead meme. I can't believe anybody in this chat even is aware of it. That has to be Tevin or Alicia asking that question.
That is definitely not.
I
Tevin.
didn't know it was a meme, but I asked that
Then it's-
question.
Oh, you asked it. You suck.
I didn't know it was a meme. Sorry.
Did they?
I didn't-
Ooh, does
That's
Medicare for all mean Medicare for boomers, which means only more elderly voters? That is a very interesting question.
They
That's a-
already have Medicare though.
Yeah, they do.
What-
Medicare
what?
Type Z. It's for your
No,
prostate
no, no.
exams.
Here's an interesting question. At what point does a nap just become sleep?
that's a great question.
Like,
Cause like my
after
friend's
3
like,
hours.
I took a 6-hour nap once, and I'm like,
Nah.
dude, that's just
That's
going to
just
sleep.
That's
say-
just bed, bro.
I say 40 minutes in, because when you say an hour-long nap, I don't think so.
No,
would say-
no, you
I
can
would
nap for an
2
hour.
hours. I would say over
No.
2 hours, you're just sleeping.
Some people can like function off of an hour rest. So
I don't know how.
yeah,
Yeah.
a nap should be like 30 minutes or like an hour max. But it's hard to nap for just an hour. Like
Fuck that. If I'm tired, I just go to sleep. If it's like 2 p.m. and I'm tired, I fucking go to sleep.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Somebody asked where are your shirts.
Shut
Oh
the
my
fuck
gosh.
up.
That's way too old.
Yeah, it is.
All right, I'm gonna go play CS:GO with my friends. Actually, they want me to join them. So
Damn. Okay, I guess that's gonna be
Alright.
it. I'm sorry.
That's it then.
That's it. We got
Damn,
two guys
buddy.
leaving. That's it.
yeah,
Right.
catch y'all later.
Thank you, everyone.
you later.
It's been a fantastic stream.
We love you.
Glad to be here. Glad to have been here. Tune in again, probably next Friday, for another one.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf
Free
Wiedersehen.
Free Palestine.